Alrighty. Who do we got? Yeah, we're gonna wait on some people. Hopefully some people join. We got one viewer already. We got one viewer so far. All right, I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. Before I get to my list. I'm gonna put some. Boss Antelope! We got MCJ Kyle. Thanks for popping in. We got two people here. Thank y'all for showing up to this. First time doing this. I saw your chat in here. Nice to see you here. But yes, as you can tell, we got three people here. Well, this is gonna be good. Alrighty, we got a few people here now. I can get to the list. Yes, as you can tell by the title of the stream, or it might be down below. This is my and other people. If anybody wants to pop in, I can send a link. I mean, yeah, go for it. But I want to be able to start with my list. As you can tell, after all, this is the start. This is my list, so it's letting other people come in and tell their list. But yes, go on ahead, MCJ. But before that, I gotta do my list, and then I will possibly show yours. But how the format is I'm gonna mention honorable mentions, then I'm gonna get to the actual list and all that stuff. So obviously, gonna start with the honorable mentions I got all on here, and I got quite a bit on here. And I'm gonna show. I got a couple in here. I don't want to get a couple on here. We're gonna start. I got honorable mentions. I got Ahab's, the Coral Tombs, Peripheries, Periphery 5, Gent is not a genre. Good to know, Boss Antelope. But obviously mine is a top 10. Both King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard albums, Petrogonic, Apocalypse, and Silver Cord. Blutos North, Disharmonium, Nahab, Cannibal Corpse, Chaos Horrific, which I did a review for. I'll mention them but there is links in the description for reviews of albums I've done that are on this list. So if you want to check them out, go and check them out if you want to. But after this stream, obviously. We got Bangini, Invisible Signs, Raskaja, Turbo Polka Party, their last album since they called it a career. Neoblivious Scars, Exul, Angus McSix's debut album, Angus McSix and the Sword of Power. Scar Symmetry, Singularity, Phase 2, Xenotoph. Obituaries, the dying of everything thing. That is in my honorable mentions. Death Clock, Death Album 4, Aryan Luke Haston, Supersonic Revolution, Golden Age of Music, and I'm not going to pull it out, but I do own it in my CD pile. The Rolling Stones, Hackney, Diamonds. That's all my honorable mentions. So, and then there's two that were on my list for the top 10 that unfortunately could not make it, or two that I have done reviews for. Bell Witch, Future's Shadow Part 1, The Clandestine Gate, and Rotten Sounds, Apocalypse. So that is the two that weren't able to, they were on my list for a while, but due to late entries, they weren't able to make it onto the list. So anyway, let's get to my top 10 now. We start with number 10, one of those late entries into this list. It is Phlebotomized, number 10, obviously. It is Phlebotomized's Clouds of Confusion, their follow-up to their 2021 album, Pain, Resistance, Suffering. I've listened to these guys before. I've listened to, I think, their 2018 album, Deformation of Humanity. I own it. It is not in the best condition at the moment, but was listening to this, and it kind of reminded me of, I know they're both of different styles, but it reminded me of Van Halen's third album, Women and Children First, not with Sammy, overall pretty much, where it had some filler, but the great moments, they outweighed the bad moments, which I think the bad ones were early on in the album. I think third, fourth, or fifth track and stuff like that, and there's some scattered. I think there's a couple more, but the great stuff outweighed the filler moments on here. on here, and that is, well, that's my number 10. Pretty much it's Phlebotomized. Clouds of Confusion. Like I said, it's a late entry, but nine other albums were able to beat it. And one of those, we get to number 9, and I did a review of this album with Metal Ben not too long ago. Sorcerers, Reign of the Reaper. I still haven't listened to it a little bit, I think, after we reviewed it. And it's pretty much the same. The first half, which was basically the singles and stuff like that. I absolutely loved the beginning and half. Like I said, still need a little bit more time. I do have it, but I have it, but I don't at the moment. So when I do get it, I'm definitely going to be reviewing it. We got Bullet up in here. Nice to have you in here, Bullet. Yes, Source, but because of that first half alone, it is at number 9 for me. So number 9, Sorcerers, Reign of the Reaper. All right, number 8, an EP earlier in the year. This was an EP earlier in the year. Ablaze My Sorrow, The Loss of All Hope EP. Just a 4-song EP. Had some great moments of like, the great melodic, Dark Tranquility, Halo Effect, Monomar. I think the second track had some Monomar. First track had some Dark Tranquility, Halo Effect stuff. I just wish it was longer, but yeah, it's an EP. That's what sometimes you want an EP to be a little bit longer, and that's one of those times where an EP for me got into this. Yeah, it somehow managed to stay on my list because I absolutely love it. I own it digitally. I don't own it physically. We'll get it physically at some point, hopefully soon. But at the moment, don't own it physically, but own it digitally. But yeah, Ablaze My Sorrow, The Loss of All Hope EP is number 8. All right, number 7, another late entry. Well, not quite late entry, but it was another late entry into this list. Baroness Stone. Yeah, from what I listened to, this is my first time listening to these guys, and it reminded me of some of the, I guess, early Mastodon. Like I'm thinking Crack the Sky, Blood Mountain, like that kind of early, from when I was listening to this early Mastodon a little bit. Not quite proggy, but, it does have some of that stoner and sludge. Like I said, there's a little bit of prog. Not too much, but there is some prog. But it definitely reminded me, for finally listening to these guys, been wanting to for a while. And listening to it, very similar to like that early Mastodon sound. Even that, I guess Mastodon might still have this sound. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. And I think I have this one. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But I don't have it. There's some on here that I have but don't. And this might be one of them. But yeah, Baroness Stone at number 7. And I am going to mention, this is an eclectic list. It's a mixed mash of genres on here. So you'll see what I have on here. Number 6. Tesseract's War of Being. This was another late entry. I've been listening to this a little bit more, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Especially, I think, the singles. I think The Gray, and I think Legion. I think The Gray I'm starting to love a lot. But definitely, just listening to it, it was like, I'm loving every minute of it now. Now, I wish I had this higher, but the top 5 are deserving of this one. And I fucking absolutely love this. Like I said, the great. Probably I have here, definitely a better version of what Periphery wants to be in some cases. But The Gray was just, fucking love it. Fucking absolutely love it. It's close, but not quite close enough to get into the top 5. It sits at number 6. So yeah, that's number 6, Tesseract War Being. Final, well, one of 2 on this list that I do own. Unfortunately, I have it on vinyl. This is my number 5, Stained, Confessions of the Fallen. First album in 12 years since their 2011 album. I'm a bit, I forget I'm one of those that separates the artist from the art, and I love Stained. I do like their stuff. I remember loving I absolutely loved their self-titled 2011 album. It was, I think, if I ever did a list, it's my number three. Three. But yeah, I was been waiting a while for a new Stained, and absolutely love it. Love it, and I wish I had it on CD, but I'm settling to have it on freaking vinyl. So yeah, Stained, number 5. Stained's Confessions of the Fallen, number 5. My number 5. Yes. Next up, number 4. In Flames. New album that came out in February, Foregone. I have not, but this alone, the singles alone, which I think were State of Slow Decay, even the Foregone songs are freaking great. Meet Your Maker, the singles alone are freaking fantastic, are enough to get it up here. And I definitely want to get this at some point. And I've always liked their stuff. I like their previous album, I the Mask, which is a great album. Great album all the way through for me. Love it. Still probably need to listen to it, but the singles alone from this album are enough to get it on here, and it keeps it in the top 5 at the very least. So yeah, In Flames, Foregone at number 4. All right, getting to the nitty gritty here. Number 3. Oh, my number 3. Attack Attacks, Dark Waves EP. Their second release they put out since they reformed. Fucking love this. Listen to this constantly throughout the year, and I absolutely love it. I haven't reviewed this one. Just everything from it. The title track, KMSTL, Paralyzed Until We Meet Again. Just everything, even the final track, Out of Time. It is a freaking fantastic EP. And I absolutely love it, but it's not enough to get to the top ones. So here comes number 2. We're getting up there, and it's one I own, and I wish this was number 1, but I think some people might know my bias towards this band. Obviously, it's Metallica. 72 Seasons. It's my number 2. I mean, fuck, I absolutely love this. Love this. I mean, it's got that combination of the 90s year of Metallica that I absolutely love. And probably if you saw me, I did my deep dive of these guys and reviewed. I think I included this in there because got to talk about it, and I absolutely love it. I still absolutely love it at this point. Freaking fantastic sleeving reminds me of the To the Never package. But yeah, this is my number 2. Inamorata, fantastic. Other songs, Too Far Gone, just oof, just a great album. I guess for me, it's not number 1 for me. If I look at other songs on here, the title track is a great song. Shadows Follow, Screaming Suicide is great. Just a lot of great stuff, but it's not quite at number 1, unfortunately, because number 1, and I might eventually at some point redo my 2022 list because I think I had him at number 1, and it's all the stuff. My number 1, and this is kind of a weird one. It's non-metal, but it's made by somebody metal, and the obvious, it's Devin Townsend. He's done it again. Number 1. I do want to clarify. I will do 2022 once again. My opinion changed on my list for 2022. The Soilwork album from last year is number 1, so I want to mention that. But this is Devin's second, and it's all the stuff he's released under the Dream Piece lineup. Minus Beautiful Day, because that already is not eligible to be on here, but the rest are. Because Beautiful Day is Snuggles from the Puzzle / Snuggles double album thing. But the way I could describe this project is if you like some of the stuff he's done, the ambient stuff he has done, you might end up liking this. For me, I had been listening to this for quite a bit, and it's good enough music, I think, for me to At least it puts me at ease, and all I was listening to this quite a bit recently on my trip, on multiple trips. Hey, we got one of the guests here. Hey, Eric, nice to see you here. Yes, I'm already at my number one, and this is Devin Townsend's his ambient project, Dream Piece. Bury on the ambient stuff if you liked. He's done the ambient stuff before, so it's nothing out of his wheel. It's nothing out of the ordinary for him. But it's literally all ambient. It's all these albums vary in length. Some I think 40, some are over, I think 80 minutes. I think one is over 80 minutes. Bullet, yes. Eric, obviously, as you can see, that's his channel. So if you want to go and check that out, yep, that's his channel. But I will probably, hopefully, here soon, Eric. I will send you a link. But yes, Devin Townsend once again for the second time. Love a lot of his stuff, but haven't heard it all. Yep. Obviously, I don't know if you'd be into this stuff. It's ambient stuff. So there's no vocals. It's all instrumental stuff. Although the Beautiful Day one has a little bit of some of the vocals left over from, and that's pretty much Snuggles, which was the companion piece for the puzzle from 2021. They have one album that year. Yes, Devin Townsend's Dream Piece, and there's about I think 7 of them. There's Tryptophan, and then there is, if I can look at the website of what he has, he's Tryptophan. Oh, what is it? Dream Piece. Dream Piece has, what albums are there on this list? If I can look at the link. The albums are in this order: Tryptophan, Sky Gods, Dawn Shifter, Beautiful Day, which is just Snuggles, Snow Day, which was originally called Dream Piece, but it was like pieces and stuff like that. But it's called Snow Day in this project. Space Oyster and Pond Skimmer. Those are the albums he did, the ambient stuff he did. And yeah, those are minus Beautiful Day, which again is Snuggles. That is my list. My number one. Devin does it again. 2021 and 2023. Can't say 2022 because that's the Soilwork album. So let me get this link sent to you, Eric. If I can get the link for this thing. Let me hopefully get you on here. Let's get some people in here. All right, where are you? There you are. All right. So who else just want a link? Well, obviously I got Eric coming in here. So we're gonna how we're gonna be able to do this now is one at a time, basically. So get Eric. Eric should be here shortly. I will potentially wait. I sent you the link on Instagram, Eric. All right. But I will be right back here shortly. Gotta give me some food real quick. I'll be right back. All right, that didn't take long at all. All right, Eric, I sent you. Hopefully you're joining. In the meantime, oh God, got some food that I'm eating now. I'm gonna hopefully be here for a while. So how's everything going? All right, Eric should be here shortly. All right, you just seen it. Alrighty, we got 5 people up in here. Oh, hopefully you should be here soon. Alrighty. Hopefully. What else we got? We got Bullet, huh? The Bullet here. Good to see you here. We got MCJ Kyle. Might need to look in your channel here. Hopefully soon. Hey, here's one of the other guests. We got King of Swords in here. It's one of the other guests. They're gonna be here. Good to see you, other Mike. Yes, we're waiting on the one and only Eric. Should be here shortly. Good to know. Oh, so you're one. Yeah, okay. So you're a subscriber in here. Well, good to know. Good to know, boss. But hopefully, should be here. Should be here shortly. Hopefully. Maybe he's getting things set up here. Here. Yes. There's encouragement from Bullet. Would be awesome to see. That channel, Kyle. Oh, there he is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the channel, we got the one and only Eric.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I had some issues trying to come in. I had to log in and stuff, so it took me longer.
Fair enough. Well, glad to have you here. So, if you want to go on with your list, go on ahead. I'll figure out how I can get you over into here. So, there you go. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. Just start off by saying this was a crazy year. I don't know. I haven't been that great, honestly, the last few years about trying to keep up with new releases. But this year I tried to. It's impossible, though. I mean, there's new albums. There's like a dozen every week. So
yeah, definitely.
Can't listen to all of it, but I mean, there's worse problems to have than too much great music. So,
yep.
All right. How do you want to do this? Should I just list my whole top 10 or?
Yep.
Or
obviously, if you have honorable mentions, you can go on. If you have any, that's usually how I started this. So if you have honorable mentions, then get to your list. If you don't,
sure. Yeah. Do you want me to just do them all at once or just one at a time?
All at once.
Okay, sure.
Except for the top 10, you obviously in order, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, I have a bunch of honorable mentions actually too.
Probably longer than mine. I only had about how many did I have? I only had about, I think, 15. I wouldn't be surprised if it's longer.
15 honorable mentions?
Yeah, that's how many I had.
Yeah, I probably have about something like that. Yeah, I'll just list them off, I guess, the honorable mentions for now. We'll go with Sirathungol, Dark Parade.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I could have had that on.
Yeah, classic kind of just classic heavy metal, epic kind of doomy stuff. Panopticon just came out like a week ago, so I've only heard it once so far, but it's a great album. I actually have never listened to Panopticon before, So this is my introduction to them, but fantastic album, kind of atmospheric black metal, I guess you could call it, with some folk and whatever. Fabricant, Drudge to the Thicket, which is like a technical death metal kind of thing. Some really crazy riffing and stuff in there. Wayfarer, American Gothic, which is another it's kind of like Panopticon. It's like atmospheric black metal with some like country almost in it. Where am I? Plague Bearer, Summoning Apocalyptic Devastation, which is they're kind of a super group. It's a couple guys from Drawn and Quartered, which are like an American death metal band. And these guys like formed back in the 90s, I want to say, but never put out an album. So they kind of came back and put out their first full length this year, and it's pretty great. Hell Ripper from, I think, is it Scotland? I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Black and thrash kind of stuff with. I mean, that album. There's even like bagpipes on it in a couple spots.
Yeah.
You don't expect to hear, but it works somehow. Agusa is a really cool one. That's like a prog rock album, mostly instrumental. I forget where they're from. I think they're from Sweden or Norway. A lot of kind of chill, like prog rock stuff, kind of like Camel or something, maybe. Kind of jazzy in spots. That's a good one. Baroness.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I got that on mine.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I haven't listened to a ton of Baroness either, to be honest, but that album is great. Just I need to listen to more of their other albums too. I think I've only heard like the first two or something plus this one, but
yeah.
Cruciamentum, another death metal band, came out a couple weeks ago now, I want to say. They British band, I think. They haven't had an album since 2017, I want to say, so it's been a while, but yeah, that was a great album, just kind of, I don't know, just really good death metal. Where am I? By Fire and Sword with Glory. It's kind of like a power metal album almost. I'm not really a huge power metal fan usually, but this album is just like, I don't know, it's just super unique. And kind of the singer especially is kind of, he's got a really unique voice, and he's all the lyrics are about like kind of like cult type stuff. It's like trying to get you to join their weird cult or something. It's kind of interesting. Danava, Nothing But Nothing. I can't remember where these guys are from. I'd never heard of them before. They've been around for a while, but this is kind of just a straight up old school heavy metal album. It almost sounds like something from the early 80s. Yeah, just super, super good headbanging traditional heavy metal. Demoniac from, I think they're from Chile, I want to say, somewhere in South America anyway. Nube Negra. It's like super fast technical black and thrash kind of stuff. I think there's like clarinet in spots too. It's kind of progressive, kind of technical stuff. Super cool. Blood Oath, Lost in an Eternal Silence. That's like a kind of technical death thrash kind of thing as well. Super good. Dodheimsgard from Norway with Black Medium Current. Black metal with a lot of weird elements in it, even some like electronic stuff and whatever. Gorod with The Orb. That's another like technical death metal one with super crazy riffs and stuff, and some insane like fretless bass on it. Sulfur Eon, Seven Crowns and Seven Seals. That's an awesome one. I had never listened to those guys either, but a lot of people have been hyping that one up, and I had to check it out. And yeah, awesome. Kind of I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's kind of death metal, I guess, but it's like super epic and bombastic, just huge sounding. And my last one is Yaroth. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yaaroth, which is kind of like a weird psychedelic, proggy kind of doom metal album. So yeah,
Ooh, I see.
lot of honorable mentions there. But
Yeah. All right. On to your 10.
all right, these aren't really in any kind of order, and I will say I kind of been slacking on actually buying these. I don't actually own any of these on physical format yet. I will have to
Yeah.
pick something up.
Yeah. I only showed a couple. I only showed a few that are that I have physically at the moment.
Yeah. Did you already do your top 10?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll have to go back and check that out. I missed it.
Yeah.
Um, uh, yeah, I bought a couple of these like digitally on Bandcamp, but I mean, I was trying to buy some of these CDs couple weeks ago, and it's like partly the shipping and stuff. It's like $32 just for a CD for like each one that I'm
Damn.
gonna get. So it's like I can't really justify that right now. But okay,
Fair enough.
so yeah, like I said, these aren't really in any order. I'll see if this works to show these like this. Oh, I guess it kind of works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It definitely does.
this is Thy Catafalque,
Hmm.
from Hungary with Allfold, and this is kind of interesting album cover. There, it's like a guy and a
Yeah. Definitely. I'm like the
dog
person
in
in
a
the
field.
fields, and it looks like a cat walking
Yeah,
up to
I
it.
think it's a little dog, a Chihuahua or something. Doesn't really
Ah.
tell you much about what the album is going to sound like, but yeah, this is starting a trend in my list that you're going to see. I like prog. I like weird stuff. So yeah, this album just has like, I don't know, a ton of different elements. I guess I don't need to hold this up the whole time. Um,
Yeah.
ton of different elements. It's mostly one guy with some guest musicians. I think his name is Tomas Katai. Man, there's like death metal on here. There's black metal. There's folk stuff. There's prog. There's electronic elements in spots. There's almost like dance music at times. You could say parts sound like Opeth or Enslaved, kind of, but they really kind of have their own unique thing going on, which is super cool. Um, just like really diverse, but great riffs in every song, and the songwriting just flows super smoothly throughout the whole thing. Like, I don't know, that's a kind of a theme with a lot of these albums that I ended up picking, is just they have a lot going on, but just the songwriting is just really good. Like, you, if you have too much going on, sometimes it feels weird, like it catches you off guard, or things just don't fit very well. But all of these albums that I picked are super smooth listens to me, anyway. For the most part, I will get to one or two that are a little crazy, but anyway, that's one of mine. I didn't rank these. Like I said, they're not really in order. It's hard to narrow it down to 10, let alone try to put them in an order for me. But
Fair enough.
next one I've got is Kosnateni with Upal. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, and that
Hmm.
is not coming through on the screen very well either. But let's try that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. That's a lot better.
Yeah. So this is like a. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. They're a pretty cool band. They had an album out this year too. Actually, that could be
Yeah,
in
two. They put out
mention.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mentioned in my honorable mentions Petrodragonic Apocalypse, and then
Apocalypse.
the Silver Cord.
Yeah, that Petrodragonic Apocalypse. That's hard to say, but yeah, that was a cool one. Yeah. Anyway, some of their albums they use like microtonal stuff. Like they added extra frets in between the normal ones on their guitars to get extra notes in between, which you hear a lot in like Middle Eastern music and stuff, but not in normal Western music or whatever. So Kosnateni is basically, this guy takes that that microtonal kind of riffing and puts it into a black metal kind of setting, which is super interesting to me. It's basically one guy again. It's kind of interesting. It's an American guy playing Turkish folk influenced black metal with Czech lyrics. So I don't know what where he got his inspirations from, but it's got a really interesting kind of thin guitar tone on here, but it actually works really well. Super interesting melodies with all those microtones and stuff in there, and yeah, again, just really interesting songwriting and stuff on that one. Awesome album. Number three, I guess.
The third one. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Malocarpatan with Vertumnus Caesar. Let's see if this comes through.
That's a little bit easier.
This one didn't come out very long ago either, but I mean, this just grabbed me right away. Another band that I haven't listened to before, but this one was getting hyped up quite a bit. Somebody reviewed it over on Heavy Metallurgy and stuff, I think. But yeah, this is kind of like first wave type black metal, where it's kind of still really thrashy.
Ooh, like the Bathory and the Bathory and Venom style.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But it's also got a lot of like prog in it too. These guys are from Slovakia, I think. And I don't know, there's something about those Eastern European languages that to me, just with a black metal kind of style, just sounds really like evil kind of to me, or like vicious kind of. Like if you think about older bands like Root or Master's Hammer, if anyone's heard those bands, yeah, I don't know, it just works really well. And man, there's a ton of like synthesizers on this album, but they work really well. Lots of different kind of tones they get out of those. There's a lot of really cool like traditional kind of heavy metal riffing on here as well, which ties in with like, you know, Bathory or Venom type stuff. They had a lot of influence from, you know, Motorhead and stuff like that. And there's lots of folk on here as well, little folk interludes and stuff. So yeah, again, just a really diverse kind of album, and yeah, really cool. I just found myself gravitating a lot to that kind of stuff this year. It's just like really metal that's bringing in a lot of different influences, I guess.
Cool.
Something I'm into, I guess. Okay, next up, one of my least proggy kind of ones on the list is Sacred Outcry, Towers of Gold. Now, this one was getting hyped up a lot too, and it's straight up power metal pretty much. And I'm not really...
as soon as I saw that cover, I immediately think power metal.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said before, I'm not really a power metal fan usually, not European power metal too much. It just kind of, I don't know, it gets kind of cheesy for me sometimes, but
yeah, fair enough.
To each their own. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not usually my thing, but this album is just so good. I don't know, it's so epic and triumphant, but doesn't get cheesy somehow. I was listening to this at work earlier today, and I couldn't help but I was just like air punching, you know. Just yeah, the whole band is just on fire. Super fast riffing. The vocalist is amazing. He was in Lost Horizon, I think was the band he used to be in. I don't know, just great songs on here too. I think it's a concept album as well. I don't really follow lyrics much, but yeah, just a fantastic album. So next up, go with Afterbirth, In But Not Of. This is kind of coming through weird too.
Yeah, definitely can. It can be, yeah.
Certain ones that just like There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that's
The album cover.
ooh,
So
that's
this,
kind of interesting.
yeah, it almost looks like AI generated, sort of, or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of does, but I think that's got to be done by somebody. It's like you can't make that kind of stuff on AI
yeah,
at all. It's like
it'd be hard.
AI is much too simple for that. It looked like it was done by
Yeah,
a person.
you can usually tell still. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can
So this
sometimes
one,
tell. But I will mention sometimes you can tell by the artwork of what their style is. I just look at that and I'm thinking, prog or psychedelic or something like
yeah,
that. But I could
yeah.
be, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, you're partially right. so,
Oh, I'm partially right. I'm
yeah.
partially right.
So this one is really interesting. I got turned on to this one by Melanie from Melanie Loves Death Metal. Great
Mm.
channel. Check hers out if you haven't. Yeah, it's kind of like brutal death metal almost, which I'm again not really a fan of. It's too
Yeah, I'm
much
not.
for me. Usually, it's just not my thing at all.
Yeah,
But
same here.
really, the only thing about this that's brutal death metal is the vocals. So it's got that really. I don't know why I'm showing it again. I keep doing that,
Yeah,
but um, it's got those really low kind of weird gurgly, almost like burpy kind of vocals, which
yeah,
I think I would like the album better if it didn't if it had a different vocal style. But man, the music on here is just so fantastic that I ended up having to put it on my list anyway. It's got some really heavy kind of death metal parts, but it's got some other like excuse me, some really interesting like atmospheric kind of prog rock interludes and stuff that just come out of nowhere, and some like traditional heavy metal riffs, some punk kind of stuff. There's a little bit of black metal here and there. I mean, I don't know.
interesting.
It's just a lot of different stuff, but it's seamless transitions between everything.
Yeah,
Really kind of psychedelic too. A lot of like really trippy kind of passages. So yeah, really
yeah.
cool album, and it's not too long. It's like 35 minutes
I
too,
mean,
which
yeah, but that's literally almost grindcore length in some cases.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
I think with brutal death, I think for me it's one of those genres that I'm like, hit or miss. Mostly miss, but there are the handful that I'll probably gravitate towards. I think the only one out of those I've gravitated towards, even though they kind of drifted away from brutal death metal, is Deeds of Flesh. Because they
okay,
kind of their more recent stuff, they kind of went a more technical and had like kind of concept behind it or something like that.
cool. Yeah, I've never listened to them. They're on my list of stuff to check out for sure. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not really into brutal death metal either. But this
yeah,
album is
me neither.
awesome. Next one up. Let me get it here. Uh, Enslaved with
Oh,
Heimdall.
I'm dull.
Yeah.
I forgot I had to. I forgot about that one.
Oh
God dang
no.
it!
Uh-oh.
I could have been on my list.
Yeah.
I forgot about that album.
Yeah. I mean, Enslaved is one of my favorite bands. Like probably top 10 favorite band of all time for me. And honestly, this album it wasn't going to be on my top 10 until the last time I listened to it. I don't know. It was a real grower for me. Like it really didn't blow me away at first, but every time I listen to it, I like it more. So, yeah, it just had to be on here. It feels like a really kind of experimental album for them a little bit. Like I really like how they're still pushing their sound into different places like this far into their career. Super cool.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, they've been around for what, like
years, 90s
30,
probably. They've been
over
around since
30.
the night. They've been
Yeah,
around since the 90s pretty much. They were
yeah,
around during those. I think maybe there might have been a second wave probably, but I think I know
yeah,
them. I think there's several that kind of drifted away from the black metal. I think them, Dark Throne. You know,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like 35 years or something they've been around, but they're
yeah,
still putting out awesome albums. Some really like interesting melodies on this one too, and just I mean, you kind of know what you're gonna get to an extent with Enslaved if you've heard some of their stuff before, but again, yeah, they're still adding some different elements, which is awesome to hear.
yeah.
Uh, next one up is this one is crazy. Sarmat with Determined to Strike.
Oh, that looks like death metal. I think that immediately see something like that, I think death metal.
Yeah, some kind of alien invasion happening on that cover.
Yeah, that is wicked right there.
Yeah, awesome art. So this allegedly is a bunch of like jazz musicians making a death metal album, pretty much, and that's kind of
What?
what you get on here. Yeah, it's something else. This album is like, I don't know. It's like death metal mixed with avant-garde jazz almost. There's like trumpet solos and stuff on here, and it sounds super weird on paper, but they somehow pull it off. The production is really interesting too. It's like pretty raw, and it sounds like they're playing the whole thing live in the studio, to me at least. And like some parts even sound improvised. Um, yeah, tons of different elements. There's brutal like blasting sections and loungy like jazz parts, and sometimes like happening at the same time, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're all jazz musicians, gotta put some jazz in there.
Yeah, and there's some interesting like vocoder type stuff, like think early Cynic, like Focus album.
Nice.
Little bit of that in there. Little bit of Gorguts maybe too, and some of the riffing.
Ooh.
There's just
what era of Gore? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Gorgut, but I know there's two distinct eras of Gorguts. There's the death metal, and then there's the what the hell did they become?
Yeah, I love them. This is kind of one of those albums you're like, what the hell is this? I mean, the sheer craziness of it. I mean, every time I listened to this album, I was just like, there's parts that just made me laugh almost just because they're so ridiculous. But I don't know, it works for me somehow.
Oh yeah.
Okay, next up we got, there's a long title on this. Ruim with Black Royal Spiritism, I.O. Sino de Igreja. So this is the band put together by Blasphemer or Rune Eriksson from Mayhem. He was Mayhem's guitarist for I want to say the mid to late 90s until...
Oh, so he was the one that probably replaced Euronymous, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
so this is basically his band. He's got a drummer, and he does the rest of the stuff, bass, guitar, vocals.
So we're talking probably like a Dark or more like an Inquisition, where it's a two-man type of band.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So this is kind of like, just mostly straight up black metal, but there's a little bit of kind of, I don't want to say prog, but just in the song structures and stuff. They don't have like verse chorus type stuff. It's kind of, there's a lot of riffs in each song, and the riffs on here are just awesome. The drumming too is just super like intricate, and all the songs just flow super well from one riff to the next. I don't know, just super memorable, awesome black metal. All right, getting towards the end here, and I'm going with something that's not metal here. Lars Fredrik Frøsli with Fire Fortellinger, Norwegian prog rock keyboardist.
Nice, yeah.
From a band called Wobbler, which are an awesome band as well. If you like prog rock, kind of retro 70s style prog rock, check them out.
Nice, yeah.
This album is pretty much in that same vein. There's actually no guitar at all on it.
Wow, that's
draw comparisons to like Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something like that. Yes, a little bit of King Crimson here and there. There's a lot of folk kind of stuff on it as well, but and like I'm a guitarist myself, but I really don't miss the guitar at all on this album. The variety of keyboard textures and stuff on here is just awesome, and the songwriting is great. It's just engaging throughout, and the production is awesome too. Like everything is just crystal clear, but it doesn't sound overproduced. It kind of sounds like it could have come out of the 70s. So yeah, awesome album. And my last one is another kind of insane one. This is here. I'll try to get that a little better. This is Flesh Vessel with Yearning, Promethean Fates Sealed. So this is kind of like that one I mentioned earlier, Sarmat. It's like progressive death metal with like jazz and classical kind of stuff in there as well, which is, I don't know, it's just kind of all over the place. But I again, I don't know, I'm a freak, I guess. I love when bands put in weird combinations of stuff that you wouldn't think would work. It's definitely less kind of improvised feeling than Sarmat, and the production is thicker. It sounds more like a studio kind of production. But yeah, it's just great. Lots of long tracks. It's kind of a long album. That would be my only complaint. It's like 55 minutes, and the last song is like 17 minutes long. But yeah, it I don't know. It stays interesting the whole way through. So yeah, just kind of really caught me off guard, but I ended up really liking it. So yeah, there's my 10. I did have 3 EPs that I could shout out real quick, if that's cool.
Go for it.
Stargazer, Bound by Spells, Australian band. They're kind of like death thrash type stuff, but kind of proggy, super awesome band. Sarpa with Mauta Tala, which is kind of like I don't know, again, another crazy one with a lot of prog, a lot of death metal, doom metal, black metal, kind of some of everything on that one. And then Blood Incantation with Luminescent Bridge, which I mean, only 2 songs, one like metal song and one ambient song pretty much. But
yeah,
I love that band too. So yeah,
I didn't know they put something out this year. That surprises me.
Yeah, it was like a month or 2 ago. It's
recent
2 songs, but yeah,
definitely worth checking out.
So yeah, there's my list. A lot of weird stuff that a lot of people probably haven't heard of, but I don't know. That's what ended up on my list.
I think the only one we had in common, even though you had it honorable mentions, was the Baroness one. I think I had that one on at number 7.
Nice. Oh, I totally missed a couple off of my honorable mentions. I just realized.
Oh, what did you miss?
I missed Eternus, Philosopher, Norwegian kind of black metal-ish band, and Autopsy. Ashes, Gorgons, Blood, and Crypts. That's a great one too. I didn't expect a new Autopsy album this year. They just put one out last year, but yeah, they're just ranking them out.
Yeah,
but they're still great.
It just came out of nowhere. Yeah.
So there we are. That's my list.
Yep. Well, we'll get to. We got, I guess, one more guest, but I guess if you want to stick around and maybe look at the chat and stuff while I go and possibly go to the bathroom real quick. I definitely need to empty my bladder real quick. So I'll be back, everybody, and Eric as well.
So I have not been paying attention to the chat, but yeah, I don't know, just so many awesome albums this year. I mean, there's a ton that I didn't mention either. I kind of ended up listening to a ton of albums this year, and there's a lot that I've only heard once so far too. Let me see if I can pull a couple more out here while Ryan's gone. Old school speed metal, yeah. Oh man, I totally didn't check out the Raven album yet. I got to do that. Yeah, I heard good things about that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Tigers of Pantang had a new one as well. That's crazy. And Church, all those old bands coming out with new albums. That's awesome. I need to hear all of those actually. And Alice Cooper, love Alice Cooper, and Overkill too. Yeah, good ones. Good ones there. I'll have to check all of those out, to be honest. And there's still so many that I'm trying to get to. Last time I checked my playlist on Spotify of 2023 metal albums I'm supposed to check out, there were like 60 or something left. It's crazy.
Alrighty, I am back. Alright, well, if you do want to stick around, you're more than welcome to stick around. But I got the next one coming in.
Alright.
Got not mean metal Mike, it's another Mike that I know. Oh, that's an interesting question for you. Kyle mentions, do you like this year or last year album releases?
Oh man, I would have to go back and look. I didn't listen to anywhere near as many albums last year.
Yeah, I think I had like there was a Devin Townsend one. There's a good number of Milo Death, like Soilwork, Fallujah. What else was last year? I think what did I have last year, or what did I have on the list last year? I think what was where's the album at? I think I had a Rollo Tomasi, I believe, a Rollo Tomasi album, I believe, on my list. There was just a good amount of stuff last year. I'd have to probably look on here what was on 2022, but already just alone with Devin Townsend's Soilwork and so Fallujah, that was a good year.
Yeah, Lightwork was an awesome album.
Yeah, that was originally my number one, and then I recently after I ended my list, I mentioned Soilwork one because of that being the last one with David Anderson because he passed away. There was a little bit more better songs on the Soilwork album than the Devin Townsend one, but the Devin Townsend one was great last year.
I need to listen to the deluxe version with Nightwork. I haven't heard that yet. I've only heard the
I got that version if I can pull it out real quick.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of great stuff last year too. Artificial Brain, Bloodbath, Porcupine Tree, Satan, Psy, Voivod, Wormrot, Acid Witch, Amorphous, Autopsy, Black Braid, The Chasm. I don't know. Those are some of the better ones I had from last year. Nice. Oh, I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but yeah, I forgot. But yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Nightwork and then Lightwork right there. Yeah.
I should pick that up.
Yeah, I have not listened to the second disc yet. I need to. That might eventually change my opinion and give it back to Devin. But I think at the moment the Soilwork album is. I mean, I would think it would probably maybe be able to beat that one considering it's a double album. I mean,
yeah,
hopefully. Other Mike, if you're still there, I sent you a link. Yeah, I forgot there was the Kyle's early list. He mentions Tigers of Pantang, Bloodlines, Overkill, Scorched, Metal Church Congregation of Annihilation, Raven, All Hell's Breaking Loose, Alice Cooper Road.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of those, but
I mean, you should know who Alice Cooper is. I mean,
I know all those bands, but I haven't heard any of their new albums.
I think for me it's like, I think freaking Boss here says Raven's an old school speed metal act.
Yeah, they're like new wave of British heavy metal, but like really fast stuff.
Yeah. I think when it comes to, I think the only band I know that had Raven was Count Raven. And I know King of Swords likes that band. If he does decide to join here shortly.
Yeah, a lot of those like old thrash bands like Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, they were all super big into Raven.
I'll even throw I'll throw these guys in too because
Oh
this
yeah,
I like this one. I was like, it had more of a thrash sound to it. It's
yeah,
not like your typical death metal. It
yeah.
had
Almost
more of a thrash to it.
some punk kind of too in spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I initially just got this because of the artwork, because it was made by
Yeah,
Mariusz Lewandowski, who is also known for others. But I think most notably he did the artwork for Bell Witch's Mirror Reapers, that
right.
83-minute, almost hour and a half long album, pretty much.
Yeah, I gotta check that out someday. I haven't heard any Bell Witch yet, but
Yeah. Their
they
new
I think
album
they
that
had
just came out. Yeah, they had a new album, Future Shadow
yeah,
Part 1, The Clandestine Gate. It's not quite a complete one, because it's just, they are saying it's the first of a trilogy of long form albums. So I'm waiting for those other two to really get how this goes,
right.
that project goes, pretty much. But
Yeah.
it just missed my list pretty much. Double. Uh,
Yeah, I'll have to
all
go
right.
check back and see what your top 10 was.
Yeah, I
I
think I
missed it
have
at the
my list.
beginning.
I can give you a quick rundown of all of them. I have number 10, Phlebotomized's new album, Clouds of Confusion. That's a late entry for me. Sorcerer's Reign of the Reaper. I did a review of that album with Metal Ben. Ablaze My Sorrow, The Loss of All Hope EP. Obviously, the aforementioned Baroness Stone in number 7.
Right. Yeah.
Tesseract War of Being. Um, this album here, Stained, Confessions of the Fallen. I'm kind of a big fan of them. In Flames, Foregone. Attack Attack, Dark Waves EP. Metallica,
Oh,
72
nice.
Seasons. I'm a huge Metallica fan. And then it's Devin Townsend doing it again. This time it's with that. I mentioned you were here when I mentioned the Devi
Right.
stuff. So that
Yeah.
was my number one, pretty much.
I
It's a bunch
forgot
of a
those.
lot of.
I forgot that came out this year. Even it was like
Yeah, he
early
came out.
in the-
All came out at the same time. I didn't really include "Beautiful Day" because that's already been on an album, and that was Snuggles with his album from 2021, The Puzzle / Snuggles. So I didn't even include that one, but the others I included. So there were 6 total. 7 if you include the new version of Snuggles.
Okay, cool.
And he plans to do more of those. But I know he's probably got an album in the works.
Oh wow.
Which would
Yeah,
be The Moth.
I didn't even know about any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
a lot of ambient stuff, but I wanted to include because I absolutely love that stuff. I couldn't put for the life of me put Metallica over it. I mean, as much as
Yeah.
I love Metallica and my bias because they're one of my top 3 favorites. I mean, Devi's just on another level
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
Metallica.
I thought the new Metallica was pretty good. I listened to it, but I don't think I've heard a full album since the Black Album. Actually,
I've listened to a lot of their albums full. I haven't listened to this fully since I did the deep dive for these guys. And there's bits and pieces I listened to from this album. Inamorata is a fantastic song. Too Far Gone, that was one I listened to recently. The title track, Shadows Follow. That was some of those opening ones. I do like it. Gave me that feeling of the '90s stuff, which I absolutely love. Like I love the Black Album. I love Load and Reload. You know, I have those pretty much high. But this is almost a bit, in terms of the Metallica albums, almost top 5. It's almost top 5.
Yeah,
number
actually,
6. It's literally right there.
Now that I think about it, I mean, I've only heard 6, I guess. So, yeah. Actually, no, that's a lie because me and my buddy just listened to Lulu a few weeks ago. Actually.
Oh God, no! Oh yeah.
It's something else. It's
I feel sorry for you having to have listened to that pile of garbage. Oh my god, I would not touch that album. I was like, nope, I'm not touching this. Not touching this. Not listening to this at all.
Have you heard it?
Only
No.
the single.
It's
That's it.
yeah. It's I mean it pretty much all sounds like that. Yeah. So
Yep, pretty much. I'm the table. Yep. we don't ever
yeah.
listen to that. That album did no. It's you listen to it once. Don't listen to it again. It's not. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll listen to it again. It was
It is something.
it was a
Jeez, yeah,
lot. It
no.
was a lot to get through, to be honest. But
Yeah,
I mean
I know it's a long album, pretty much.
it's unique. I'll give it that. Doesn't sound like anything else.
Yeah, it's oh god, it's one of those. It's
But the new one is better. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, that well, obviously by a mile. I think if Mike, me Metal Mike, if he was here, he doesn't. They are not liking this album, but there are songs they like. Like they like. I know Ben likes Inamorata. I wish he was here. He would have been. If you mentioned the Hell Ripper one, he would have had that be at his top, the top of his list if he was here. But he can't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't even consider Lulu a Metallica album, though.
Yeah, that's definitely debatable there, whether it's really a Metallica album.
Yeah, it's like I'm more consider it to be more of a Lou Reed album with Metallica as the backing band rather than it's Metallica with Lou Reed. I think it's more Lou Reed with Metallica. That's
Yeah,
why I feel like it's like that's why I never really didn't really want to count it as a Metallica album because it really is. It's more of a Lou Reed with Metallica.
yeah.
It's more counts more of a Lou Reed album than it does a Metallica album. I don't know why somebody would torture. I'm the same way with that Metallica album. I like certain tracks on 72 Seasons. I mean, fair enough, but that's I think that's more of I guess more on me because me being a huge Metallica fan and remember listening to this and it reminded me of there's the 80s stuff on here. There's some of the influences on here, and more like the 90s stuff, which I absolutely love the 90s stuff from Metallica. But I think which made me gravitate towards that more as it's starting to warm up to me. Like yeah, there's the thrash stuff in there, but there's much more other things. Kind of what they were going back to that style they were doing in the 90s where it's a lot more experimental or something like that, doing like a lot of influences. Like I think what was it, Lux Eterna was like showing your influences on your sleeve pretty much, and
Yeah.
showing their level like Motorhead, Diamond Head, and all that stuff. I mean, for Christ's sakes, in Lux Eterna they mentioned Lightning the Nation. Like, come on, that's like they mentioned a Diamond Head song or a Diamond Head album.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like that shows you they're paying homage to they're paying respect to their influences pretty much. It's like yeah, that's easily why I probably have that so high on my list. And I'm pretty sure I'm not surprised that not many people are going to have that on there. But I had to because I'm a Metallica fan. I'm a huge Metallica
Yeah.
fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I
Uh,
do like the layout of this album though. It's kind of like it reminds me of that layout they were doing for what is that live album Through the Never, where it's like a cross and stuff
oh
like that.
wow. Yeah,
It's got all
that's pretty cool.
yeah, it's really freaking cool. It's all yellow. It's like I've never seen them have an album that's colored yellow.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cool. Like,
It's so yellow too. That's like super yellow.
yeah, that's
It's like high vis.
almost dropped it. Yeah, but I guess the whole thing with this title is it's kind of an interesting title with 72 seasons because I did the math of that. It's like 18 years. Their first 18 years of their lives, pretty much, and a lot of the songs are themed around that. So it's a cool idea that they did this. And like I said, I love it. All right, but where is? Hopefully, he should be here. Hopefully he's getting. I hope he gets here soon.
While we're on the topic of thrash, I should shout out Enforced. Have you heard Enforced?
I know
War.
about them. I'm not. I'm kind of. I guess in some genres of like thrash and death metal, I haven't really thrash outside of like a handful of like at least 3 of the big 4 like Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer. There are some that are of that style too. I think that I do listen to. There's not a lot of thrash for me to listen to, probably, and the exception of this Obituary album, which is kind of thrash. So
Yeah, for
outside
sure.
of that, but it's like I'm not really into those kind of genres that often. I think when it comes to it, it's more of like I think especially with death metal, it's more of like you saw probably if you were seeing you heard my list, it's more of like gotta be more like a melodic or progressive death metal sound to it.
Yeah.
Because like I think the genres that I like the most are I think. Oh hey, speaking of the other Mike, it's Mean Metal Mike. What's up, Mean Metal Mike? Nice to have you pop in here, man. But I think because my genres are, I think I have melodic death metal, progressive metal / progressive rock, because I kind of, I lump it together. Power metal and metalcore. So I think a good amount of my list, as you probably saw, had a lot of those genres. And then there's those like say Metallica, freaking who else? There's Stained, Baroness. I get Baroness. I can kind of count them as prog metal. They got a little bit. When I was listening to that, I'm like, it gave me some Mastodon vibes, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you mean that? You mean the masterpiece that is Master of Puppets? Oh, that's a masterpiece. That is definitely a masterpiece, Bullet. That is my number one. That's my number one when it comes to Metallica. It always will be. Master of Puppets is the peak of Metallica. There's times where they've been close. But, I mean, come on. It's Puppets. I think that's a masterpiece.
That's like, man, that might have actually been the first metal album I ever heard. And it just, like,
you and Kyle. Me, Metal Mike. What's his name? MCJ Kyle has that on his list. Where is that at? Congregation. Yeah, he has that at number 8. So showing his list a little bit. Oh, apparently likes the new Dawkins. I mean, fair enough. I like that. That's in my top. I wouldn't say most disappointing. This is my number 2. I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm a Metallica fan. I love this album. That's not a disappointment for me. I love that album. I like Lightning Kyle, but as enough. That's at least enough to get into the top 5.
Yeah, Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets are probably like neck and neck for me. So I mean,
I think for me it's not even close. I think Puppets is the better, more superior version of Lightning because I think and they haven't really. Yeah, there's times where they've been close. Like I definitely say, Load is as close to what. Load is pretty damn close. Everything there's just a handful of tracks on there that I think do not belong on there at all, or maybe one track. I think one track on there. If that one track wasn't on there, it probably. Oh, yeah, I think MC. If you saw the Alice Cooper one on his list. Which Kyle, if you want to go forward while we wait on the other Mike, King of Swords Mike. Yes, shout out to Ralph. If you're watching this, Ralph, what's up? But yeah, shout out to him. But yeah, he said he liked the new. Yeah, I'm not much. I know what I'm expecting with some of that. There's a lot of albums. I guess I could mention to you. What albums are you looking forward to next year, Eric? I forgot to mention.
Oh, man. New Spectral Voice just got announced. That one should be cool. Ishan is coming out with
self-titled. Yeah, the self-titled. Yeah, that's on there. I think that's the one I'm thinking of reviewing.
I can't remember what else I've seen.
Yeah, like Exit Eden, Femis Fatalis, which one song has Marco Hitler from Nightwish, New Saxon, Hellfire and Damnation, Caligula's Horse, Charcoal Grace, nice. Static X, which I'm like, that's all in January. Persephone, an EP that they're putting out. Well, Les Claypool box set. Yeah,
Oh, that's
Eson self-titled. Yeah, that's on here. Eson self-titled on the 16th. And then we got an Ace Frehley Austrian Death Machine. Oh shoot, that's coming on here. Darkest Hour, Jumper Cowboy, McMars. I think
right.
March we got. Oh yeah, Bruce Dickinson. That's coming out. New Bruce Dickinson
Cool.
album. I'm
Cool.
excited for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you mentioned Priest the same month. Priest the same month.
Oh, yeah.
Priest a week later after Bruce. But then we also have
Cool.
I think Firewind. Ministry is gonna have a new album. It's that same day as the Priest album. Sonata Arctica, Clear, Cold, Beyond. Dragon Force, I really don't. Oh yeah, hey, there's a Scott Stapp on there. What's this one here? Oh yeah. Oh Wyatt, yeah, Wyatt. Wyatt should be in here soon. But I think that's a lot. If I'm to say an album from each that I'm looking forward to, Saxon, I think I'm gonna probably do a review of that with Ben. Hopefully, if he's watching this as a video. But yeah, I think Saxon would be a nice album. First album, I'll have to wait a little bit for that one. But that's gonna be a good album because I'm excited for the Saxon.
Yeah. The last one was great.
Oh, I really, really liked Carpe Diem. I didn't care for the title track because I was getting kind of annoyed by them repeating Carpe Diem. It's just, yeah, Static X. Yeah, they got a new one, Project Regeneration Volume 2. Not really that big on Static X, but it's something worth mentioning. I might listen to it later on. Probably gonna be bored by it near the end. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. But that's interesting with the Persephone one because I think they just put out a new album not too long ago. They got a new vocalist for this one. I'm like, wow, that quick to release a new album. I'm like, wow. I'm so surprised by this.
I don't know if I've ever listened to Persephone. I can't remember. I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah, they got the Metanoia. Apparently this was this apparently the last one with their apparently they got a new vocalist.
They had
Daniel R. Flies. So he just joined them.
They had an album last year, it says.
Yeah, Metanoia.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've heard a couple of their songs, but I don't think I've heard an album yet.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
But wonder what happened with Mark. I'm like, what happened? Oh, okay. He left due to focus on his family. Okay, he left. So it was on mutual terms at the very least. Yeah, I'm not that excited for it. There's just one of those bands that I'm like, I'm not really that excited for. Like a bunch of the albums, like I say, an Ace Frehley, a Mick Mars, Dragon Force is another one. I really am not going to possibly listen to it because I know what I'm expecting with them. Even Priest, I'm probably not going to listen to because I know what I'm expecting with Priest. Oh yeah.
Oh right. Just saw that.
Yeah, that happened. that did happen with Mike. Who was on pump for new 6-300 starts vomiting blood. Yeah, it's good to see you in here, boss. Mike, he's been in here since the beginning. But Mike, if you have Metal Mike, if you have a list, you're more than welcome to maybe mention it. Yeah, Saxon one. That Saxon one, yes. The rest, I'm not too, because I think with Priest and Ace, I know what I'm expecting from those guys. It's like, I'm not gonna be shocked if it's that style. It's not something that I'm going to be listening to because I know what I'm expecting with those kind of bands. It's just like, they're gonna do what they know best, and it's just gonna be, is what it is.
I'll still listen to the Priest.
I think we'll all be. I I think why wouldn't I? It's Priest, you know. Why wouldn't I not listen to a Priest album? But it's just like I know what I'm expecting. If I give what I'm expecting, okay, good. But doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's gonna be one of those. It's like, you know, it's not gonna be in my 10 or anything like that. But
Yeah,
yes.
Sepultura. I mean, yeah, I just saw that this morning. I mean, yeah, that's better to go out on your own terms, I guess, than to just go until you're not very good anymore. But I don't know. I also thought the last couple albums were awesome. So I don't know. Kind
Yeah.
of
I am
bittersweet.
not. I'm one of those that is like, oh yeah, that's right. Kerry King solo band. I think we only know one member. I think yeah, Carrie. But yeah, that's happening. Yeah, that's right. And I'm wondering what's taking him so long. Well, there's Ben. Look at him. Let's see if he'll come and join, or at least gotta copy the link. Well, let's see if Ben will come and join the chat. I'll see if he can. I don't think Ben's gonna be in here, but I know he's getting. I'd like to see him in the chat. Hopefully. Oh, rumored. Oh, great. Now that I'm excited for that one. But yeah, we got what else is there coming
Vince
out
Neil.
next year?
Uh,
Vince Neil, jeez. Well, let's see what we got. New Abigail Williams, new Accept, new Annihilator, new Anthrax, new Apocalyptica, new Armored Saint, possibly, new Black Dahlia Murder, which surprises me.
right. Yeah.
Who else is there? New Chevelle, new Corrosion of Conformity, new Cradle of Filth, some Doth, Dark Angel, Dark Tranquility. Then we got Death Angel, possibly new Death Angel, new Defeated Sanity, new Deep Purple, somehow, I don't know how. New Deftones, new Down, big one, new Dream Theater with Mike Portnoy. I'm
Right.
excited for
Yeah.
that. We got New Europe. Apparently they're still around. Exhorters on here, Exodus, Fear Factory, or Fear Factory. I don't count it. I call it Dino and Friends. Flotsam and new Flotsam and Jetsam. New Gorguts, Gojira. Oh, Halo Effect. Yeah. Hammerfall. All right.
What was the one you said before Hammerfall?
What was the one? Halo Effect. That's
Uh,
all X. All X. Hopefully he should be here.
oh,
King of Swords. Here's my list.
yeah.
Who does
I
he
was just
have? He
looking at that.
has. He has Hit Enslaved Heimdall, Autopsy, Ashes, Organs, Blood, and Crypts, Metal Church, Congregation of Annihilation, Suffocation,
Yeah, I should have shouted that out in my
Hymns
honorable.
from the
I was,
Apocrypha.
yeah, I
All
gotta
right,
listen
that's
to that
cool,
Metal
boss.
Church.
Yeah, that's like. Oh yeah, but we all that don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about this crap. That's we're talking about 2023. That could be its own video, Mean Metal Mike. Hopefully he should be here. Hopefully. We are waiting for you, King of Swords, the other Mike. This will probably be first time these two get to be on the stream at the same time. Well, one in
Yeah.
chat and one in here, but hopefully he'll.
Yeah, I should probably head off pretty soon. Gotta make dinner
Yep.
and stuff. But
Yeah, thanks for
yeah.
at least popping in. We should
Yeah,
have.
man.
Well, here is the rest of the bosses list.
Oh,
Raven,
cool.
all hell's breaking loose. Vomitory, all heads are gonna head.
Nice.
Enforced, roll. War remains. Cannibal corpse, nice. I like that cannibal corpse. definitely I'm definitely thinking of getting it. I like to
I haven't heard it. I
just.
haven't heard it yet. I didn't have time.
I
I
listened
got
to that in preparation for the review that I did with Ben, and I absolutely liked it. It reminded me of those mid to late 2000s era of that band. Had that
cool.
kind of groovy style. But yeah, Cannibal. But yeah, there's Cannibal. Oh, and here's the rest
That
of
was a good one.
Kyle's list. We got Winger 7, LA Guns, Black Diamonds, Dock in Heaven Comes Down, Extreme 6. Wow, that's kind of high up. And Uriah Heep. Oh yeah, I remember I was reviewing that
Yeah.
album.
Yeah, you're right.
Chaos
He
and
was
Colors.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's a
that was
great
I
album.
reviewed that one. I was listening to that. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
cool.
I've never really
Yeah.
gotten to ever listen to them before.
Man, you should check out their first like 4 or 5 albums. They're all awesome.
You were with Jeff for them, weren't you? For Uriah
No,
Heep?
not. I don't think he's done a Uriah Heep one. I don't think. I could be wrong, but he should.
I mean,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I think
so-
you would join in a heartbeat.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Uriah Heep. The only reason I know them is because Demons and Wizards got their name from the Uriah Heep album.
Right. Have you heard that album?
No. Believe it or not, this Uriah Heep album was the first ever Uriah Heep album I ever listened to.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, this is good. You know, it's that good kind of that 70s hard rock stuff. It's like, it was good, but it's not something I would go back and listen to that often. But it's like, it was a good listen.
Yeah. You should check out Demons and Wizards, the album, at some point.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
awesome.
And then there's Bosses #1, Hail Ripper, Warlock's Gem, and Withered Hags. That's the album. That's Bosses Antelope's #1. Nice list there. Yeah, but I heard it. I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Wonder if we'll get Merciful Fate in 2024. I know they were talking about it, I think, weren't they? But
Yeah, I definitely think they were. I think he was at some point. Is this on the list?
I don't know.
King
Yeah.
Diamond, yeah, the Institute's on here, and then there is it. Oh, Merciful Fate's not on here. Oh, wait, is it?
Yeah.
Did they
It was just kind of rumors. But
yeah.
oh well.
Yeah, if it's not on here yet. But yeah, but King Diamond is on here.
Cool.
Surprised no Merciful Fate. Where was I at? I was at the Hammerfell. And then we got Heathen, Halloween, High on Fire. What was there? Yeah, Terry King, Killswitch Engage. Yeah, King Diamond. Who else is there? Korn, Lacuna Coil. Limp Bizkit. Blech. Here's Mike's. So yeah, we'll go for it. Now we'll see. Year 5. Oh yeah, Metal Church, Dawkins, Uriah Heep, Alice Cooper, Cannibal Corpse. Well,
Nice.
that's surprising right there. Cannibal Corpse. That's good. That's interesting. Me Metal Mike. Well, let's see. What else is on this list? Living Color. I think they just put out
Interesting.
a remastered version of Cult of Personality. All the while hyping up CM Punk coming back. Oh, what else is after? Oh, yeah, Leader 4 between Limp Bizkit and Living Color. Marty Friedman, Morbid Angel. That might not be happening anytime soon. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, 2025. Wow, that we had to wait a while for that one. Motley Crue. Nails. Apparently, Nails got a 2024 release for that one. What else is there? Nightwish, Nile. Who else is there? Ozzy, POD, Paradise Lost, Paul Diano's Warhorse. How is he going to be able to do after all that surgery he's had? Pestilence, and it has a name, Portal. Who have we got? Powerwolf, Riley's LA Guns, Dark Horse, Rob Zombie, Rotten Christ, Sacred Reich, Satyricon, Sabotage, a comeback in their final album. We get, Sebastian Bach. How are they going to be able? Are they actually going to put out a new album on the last year? That will be Okay, that would be Storybook right there. On their last year, they're gonna be ever playing. Put out in one last album. Slash, Slaughter to Prevail, Slipknot's. Well, it's not really Slipknot's. Four members. What is there? Corey, Clown, Jim, and Sid. And they had a project they did together during the All Hope Is Gone sessions called Look Outside Your Window. We got Sodom, Spirit Box, Suicidal Tendencies, Testament, Trap the Ball. Oh, hey, Wasp was on here, but that's about Warbringer, Warlord, YNT. That's about everything.
Oh, it's a lot of stuff on there.
Yep, and then there's others you don't see on there that are going to be released in 2024. You find the ones you'll find on the Bandcamp and stuff like that. They'll put something out, and it's like
it's going to be 100 times that amount.
Yeah, you think that? Yeah, you see that amount? It's probably bigger if you go on the Bandcamp. A lot bigger.
Yeah, and it'll be a good year.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man. Well, I should probably head out and make some food. But
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's fun. Should do this again someday.
Yep, I definitely plan on wanting to do this more annually, but I definitely want to hopefully get some other people in here so I got to keep this train rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully somebody pops in.
Yep, hopefully
Mike will. I'll see if I can pop in the chat while I'm cooking, but
yeah, go ahead. There's plenty of room. I'll see if anybody else is gonna maybe pop in. I'll see if I can put it in this chat here. But yeah, thank you for joining, Eric.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Hey.
I got a lot of stuff to check out, both from your list and from other people's too. Like, there's so much stuff I didn't get to this year, but too much music, not enough time. But
yep, pretty much.
Worst problems to have out there. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks. All right. Take care, man. See
ya.
Right.
Later. Or who else wants? Okay, I'm gonna figure out who else is gonna want to come in. Alrighty. Let's see. Who? All right, Mike, if you're watching. Waiting on him to get in here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's very interesting, Mike. Let's see. Who else is possibly going to join if he does? Hopefully. I can't really. Oh, well, who else I have on this list? We had. Who else is on here? Gotta get King of Swords in here soon, so. Eric is done. Or he is out. Alright, let's see if Wyatt is on. I might see if Wyatt is on. Yes, Wyatt is on, definitely. Let's see if Wyatt will show. Maybe. I don't know. Waiting on him. We're waiting on some other people in here. Got plenty more people wanting to come in and stuff like that. Is he going to be able? Hopefully, Wyatt will join. Alrighty. Who else do we got on here? We've shown Boss in here. boss's chat responses. Gotta wait on. Okay. Waiting on King of Swords. Hopefully. Mike, I can't send it to him. Apparently he's got family. He's got family over, so I don't know if he can be able to. If he does join, it probably would just be quick. He wouldn't even be. It'd probably be quick and stuff like that. You gotta be kidding me. Hold on, let me try it again. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently King of Swords is having some technical difficulties. Alright, Kyle. Hopefully we'll still be here. Still gotta figure out who I can get. I had Ben on here. I mean, if Ben's here, maybe. I'll send it. I don't know if he'll join, but I'll see if he does, but might not be for long. But I'll see. We'll see if he does want to. I'll see if he does join. Yeah. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. We got 2 people here. It's not looking like he's. I'm gonna see who else. Who else could I possibly send this to? Otherwise, I think this was a good first try. It may not be. I mean, it's over an hour. So, I'm gonna see who else. Who else do I have on the list? Oh, I haven't seen John on here. Interesting. Well, let's see. Who else we gotta have? Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can. Oh, welcome back. We got 4 people here. Welcome back. Alrighty. Who do we got? The 5. I back up to 5 now. Who do we got in the chat? Just waiting on some other people. If anybody is wanting to join us, I mean, Kyle already gave his list. So what is there? There's been Mike, Middle Mike. You got the Kyle boss, Eric, myself. It's 5. I mean, all crammed to. Bear, he finally got to work.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally got it to work. Finally.
Oh yeah, frustrating, but yeah.
Yeah, finally got it to work. Thank God.
Oh yeah, took a while there. Very frustrating, but yeah, it's all good now.
Yeah, hell yeah! Thank God. I was beginning to think, oh God, didn't think it would lose hope on.
Yeah.
I was about to lose hope, but thank God.
I was really looking forward to being a part of the stream, so it's great to have on here. So yeah, I put a lot of thought into my top 10 list. I've actually spent weeks refining the list, and have it down now, so I'm very, very content with this list that I have, and listened to quite a few new metal albums this year, as well as lots of older metal albums, and lots of great releases this year, and I've enjoyed lots of great metal albums, as well as some other types of albums as well.
All right.
But
yeah.
All right. So
go on ahead. But if you got any honorable mentions, going off.
Yeah, I was just thinking about honorable mentions, so I picked out a couple of albums. I figured, okay, I'll mention a few. One of my absolute favorite bands, a band that I've been a big fan of since I was like in my early teens. That's Stained, with their new album.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, I really, really enjoy Stained.
I got it on vinyl.
Yeah, they are part of that sort of like new metal movement. I did lose some interest in them when I was sort of in my later teens. But I've really come to really enjoy this band again, because it's pretty solid, this album. Lots of very memorable songs on here. Fairly heavy stuff, and pretty good. Yeah, so Confessions of the Fallen by Stained, honorable mention. And one other honorable mention, let's go with the Insomnium with this album right here, Anno 1696. Pretty solid melodic death metal right here, and I'm a huge fan of melodic death metal, so I've been enjoying this album as well. Pretty solid band. I never really got into this band before, but over the past, I guess, a year or so, I've come to really enjoy this band. Really solid melodic death metal right here. So those are my two honorable mentions. So let's get right into the top 10 now. So starting at number 10 and then working my way down, of course. Okay, so number 10 is NSM with the Forgotten Mountains. Incredible atmospheric black metal right here, and I'm a huge fan of atmospheric black metal, and this is excellent stuff. I've really gotten into this band over the past 6 months or a year or so. I've been familiar with them for a long time, but I never got into them for some strange reason. But this is just really, really good stuff right here. Italian band. Great melodic stuff here. Lots and lots of atmosphere, of course. Very dreamy sounding. Just really love the mood so much in this particular album. Very good stuff. And definitely recommend this one. Okay, so at number 10, that's NSM with the Forgotten Mountains.
Nice.
Number 9, Primordial with How It Ends. I've been a huge fan of Primordial for a couple of years now. I do have all their full-length albums, and they hadn't released an album since like 2018, so I was really looking forward to them releasing another album, and they definitely delivered on this one. Great stuff, very memorable songs, very dark and moody sounding. They incorporate a lot of like folk type elements in here. It's kind of doomy sounding as well. Very memorable songs. Excellent production. Musicianship is just top notch. Another very solid release from this band. They put out so many great albums throughout the years, and they always deliver. Excellent stuff. What more can I say? Just excellent stuff right here. How It Ends by Primordial. Number 9. Okay. Number 8, Immortal with War Against All. Phenomenal album right here. This is really, really good stuff. Demon Oz, of course, is the sole member of Immortal now, and he's doing a really good job. He really picked off well after the departure of Abath, and the previous Immortal album was really good as well. If you like the previous Immortal album, you'll definitely enjoy this one. Just very accessible music right here, just very heavy and intense. Memorable songs as well. Like you got the opening track, War Against All, which is just crushing, so heavy and memorable as well. Great hooks. The song War God, that song contains some of the best riffs I think Immortal has ever put out. And this album is just phenomenal. Just very riffy, heavy, lots of, some groove here. Very fast and intense with the, lots of memorable qualities here. And excellent stuff. I don't know if you've listened to this one much, but great album right here.
Yeah, I've dabbled sometimes in them, but I've known about them for a bit, but I'm like, I've wanted to for a bit, but I've never had the time to listen to them.
Yeah, Immortal's pretty solid. I mean, I've been a fan of theirs for many years, and Don't have all their albums, unfortunately. There's some I'm still missing, but yeah, excellent classic Norwegian black metal band right here. Of course, they're part of that whole second wave of black metal coming out of Norway, and
Yeah.
still putting out consistent albums. And yeah, great stuff. Okay, so at number 8, that's Immortal with War Against All. At number 7, Wolves in the Throne Room with Crypt of Ancestral Knowledge. Excellent stuff right here. This is a band out of Washington. It's like atmospheric black metal. They do incorporate some other elements as well. It's just very intense stuff. It just takes you out of this world, this music. It's just a certain magic to it. It's just phenomenal. I just love the mood and the atmosphere, and I just love this band so much. I've been a huge fan of this band for a long time, since like their second album, Two Hunters, and I've been following them ever since. This band just blows my mind, and I think they really have sort of developed their sound even more so over the years. And this is actually an EP; it's not a full-length album. And I'm sure they will put out a full-length album at some point, hopefully within the next year or so. But yeah, this album right here is it's phenomenal. Really like the cover as well. That cover is just phenomenal. It has that sort of wintry cabinet type of look to it. And just love that. And that's what this music sort of creates. It just sort of transports you to this sort of cold, otherworldly type of place. Yeah, just phenomenal music right here. Excellent black metal out of Washington. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're a fan of this band or not.
I think I've listened to one album from them. I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, it's good, but not something I will go back and listen to that often. I can't remember which one. If I can look at their Wikipedia or something, it might have been. I think it's a recent album.
Okay.
I just can't remember.
Yeah, I definitely recommend them.
Thrice Woven. I think it's Thrice Woven was the one.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal release. Yeah, I love that album. I mean, it's not for everybody, but to me, I just love this particular style of black metal. And of course, Wolves in the Throne Room are, without a doubt, one of the best atmospheric black metal bands out there. And yeah, I just love them so much. So yeah, number 7, that was Wolves in the Throne Room with the Crypt of Ancestral Knowledge. And okay, number 6, Enslaved with Heimdall.
Yeah.
Excellent album right here. I've been a huge fan of Enslaved since like my early 20s. I do have all their full-length albums. I mean, just phenomenal band out of Norway, obviously part of that whole second wave of black metal, but they've really developed their sound well beyond that sort of traditional black metal. Very proggy sounding. They incorporate some other elements as well, like some folk type elements. To me, they're a band that really has their own unique sound. They just, to me, it's hard to even sort of describe their sound exactly. They just have their own sort of unique type of sound. And this album, I have kind of a similar opinion to your previous guest, where he said it sort of took some time to get into, and it did. It was a bit of it took some time for me to really get into this album, and I wasn't entirely sure at first. I'm like, I'm not too sure about this album. It took a while for this album to grow on me, but yeah, pretty solid release from Enslaved. Honestly, not my favorite album from them, of course. They have so many other albums that I definitely enjoy more so, but I mean, this is still very, very good, and I definitely recommend this one. I mean, Enslaved are a very consistent band. They don't put out bad albums. I mean, they're just such a consistent band that just always delivers the goods, and this one is very, very good. All right, Enslaved with Heimdall. I'm sure you've listened to that one a little bit.
Yeah, not yet, but this guy right here, you and Eric here, Psychic Vacuum, had shared that album in common on y'all's list. So I was so like, he had it on his list. I totally forgot to listen to it.
Okay, so at number 6, I was Enslaved with Heimdall. At number 5, Afski with the Om 100 Day R. I'm probably butchering that title. This is a Danish sort of like atmospheric black metal type of band. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Just phenomenal stuff. It's a one-man black metal band, and very dark and depressive sounding, very fast and intense, but also very melodic sounding as well. It definitely has a very depressive and melodic, or sort of melancholic type of feel to it. I wouldn't describe it as being sort of like depressive black metal exactly, but it certainly has those qualities. It's certainly a very dark and depressive, sort of like atmospheric type of black metal style. Very rich sounding, lots of harmonies going on, like a very layered type of guitar sound. Excellent vocals, great production. It's just excellent stuff. I really, really enjoy this particular style of black metal. It has all the elements that I really love so much within black metal. And I mean, this is a band that's just phenomenal stuff. I really enjoy this band so much. I do have their previous album, and yeah, this band just blows my mind. Just phenomenal stuff. I listened to this album a lot, lots, and I will continue to listen to it because it's just an absolute mind-blowing album. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this band, but
no, that's new. Yeah. That's a new band to me.
Yeah,
I've never heard
of him. They haven't been around for too long, but he does have maybe 3 or so full-length albums, so maybe an EP or so. But yeah, excellent stuff. I mean, if you're into black metal, especially like atmospheric black metal or depressive black metal, definitely check this one out if you haven't. Okay, so at number 5, that is Afsky, and I'm probably pronouncing this name wrong, but Om Hanjadeh R. All right. At number 4, Shining with their self-titled album. This album is just absolutely phenomenal. I love this album so much, and I've listened to it a lot this year. Shining were a band that I sort of neglected for the longest time. I don't know why. To me, they were just sort of this kind of a strange band that had these sort of reputations for being this sort of destructive type of band. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I just sort of neglected them. And but I really got heavily into this band this year, especially, and I purchased some of their other albums. But this one right here, they hadn't released an album, I think, in about 5 years or so, and just absolutely incredible black metal right here. It's sort of a little bit different. They do incorporate some other elements. It's kind of like just dark metal music, I suppose. Kind of doomy, very technical and progressive sounding as well. Lots of detail, very intricate sounding. Nicholas, the vocalist of this band, just a phenomenal vocalist. His vocal style is just very unique and different. He incorporates so many different elements within his vocals, and yeah, just the musicianship and the production as well. The production is just top notch. Excellent stuff. I mean, what more can I say about this album? I just love this album, and Shiny have definitely become one of my favorite bands now. And yeah, at number 4, Shiny with their self-titled album.
Interesting.
You hadn't checked them out?
Yeah, I've heard the name before, but
yeah.
never really gotten into them before.
Yeah, Swedish band. They've been around for quite a while now. They have quite a few albums out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like depressive black metal. They were sort of part of that whole depressive black metal sound, but they kind of developed their sound further beyond that. And but yeah, Shiny with their self-titled album at number 4. Okay, number 3. Ahab with the Coral Tombs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had that out of it. I had that as an honorable mention.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 right here. This album, it was more than what I expected. I couldn't believe how incredible this album is. It's just mind-blowingly good. It's sort of like Feudal Doom, but they've kind of expanded beyond that. It's quite melodic as well. It's very dynamic as well. It just kind of ebbs and flows quite a bit, and the vocals are very, very good. And
yeah, I remember that first track, and I was hearing that. I'm like,
yeah,
is that death metal? Really that sounds like death metal a little bit.
But then that's it. That's
yeah, I'm like, wait, they put a death metal bit in there? What?
They kind of throw the listener off, but like you don't hear any of that for the rest of the album.
Yeah, you don't. It's like, wait, what? What? Death metal? What? I didn't expect that.
But yeah, very heavy stuff right here. It's kind of like Funeral Doom, I suppose. But it ebbs and flows. It's very melodic. It's very dreamy sounding. It's sort of, and this cover right here is just, I love that cover. I'm telling you, that cover is just phenomenal. I really enjoy that cover so much. It almost like the music, it transports you to this right here, and it almost sort of creates that feeling, and I just love it so much.
And if I'm correct, I think that's a concept to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that, but yeah, that kind of does make sense now. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was seeing that. Like, oh, I used to watch that old Disney movie back when I was a kid. I'm like, holy shit, that's what it is, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, excellent stuff. I mean, I've been a fan of this band for many years, and I kind of hadn't really kept up on them for some time. But I decided to purchase this album when it had been released, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, we'll check it out. Yeah, it exceeded my expectations for it. Just incredible stuff right here. I mean, I can't say any more about this album. It's just phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure you enjoyed it as well. So
yeah, I enjoyed it when I was listening to that, but it's like it unfortunately didn't make my list. But I mentioned in an honorable mention.
Okay, yeah. All right, so at number 3, that's Ahab with the Coral Tombs. Okay, we're getting down to the final 2 here. Okay.
Yep.
All right, at number 2, Austere with Corrosion of Hearts. Absolutely incredible stuff right here. Just amazing. I just love this album so much. And I've listened to this album so much throughout this year, and I just love this band so much. I mean, this is sort of like a depressive black metal type of band out of Australia, 2-member band. They've been around for quite a number of years, but they split up, and this is sort of like their comeback album. Their last album prior to this came out in 2011, I believe.
Wow.
And this is a comeback album, and I'm telling you, they really did a phenomenal job with this album. You can tell they spent a long time working on this album and just refining the songs, because the songwriting on this album is just absolutely incredible. Everything about it. Very, very well written songs right here. Excellent production. Musicianship is just top notch. Vocals are incredible. I mean, a very rich sounding layer type of sound here. It's just incredible. Very dark and depressive sounding. Lots of great melodies. Also dynamic as well. It's heavy. It's yeah. I mean, what more can I say? It's just incredible. Really, really enjoy this album so much. This band has become one of my favorites in this album. I can't say more about this album. Yeah, I love it. Austere with the Corrosion of Hearts at number 2. I'm not sure if you listened to that one at all.
No, that's kind of odd because they went defunct the same time as Stained.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Stained.
Yeah, because Stained's last album was 2011, and they came back 12 years too.
Oh, that makes you're right about that. Yeah. On a side note, I definitely want to do a Stained albums rank video, but that's
hell yeah, that's gonna be a while though. But I think that would be cool. Yeah, I could definitely join in on that.
I don't have their first album though, but I've listened to their first album a lot. But it goes for quite a bit, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should get their first album. Most copies go for like more than $100, and I just can't really justify spending that much. Yeah, but anyhow, Austere with Corrosion of Hearts at number 2, and okay, my number 1 album of 2023. And if you know me, I'm sure you'll know what this album is. This is, I would say, my favorite band, a band that I just love so much and I've been a huge fan of for many years. Okay, that's Catatonia with Sky Void of Stars.
Of course.
10 out of 10. Absolutely phenomenal, this album. Mind-blowingly good.
I am not surprised at all.
I love this album from start to finish. It's just incredible songwriting, incredible production. The songs are so memorable. Lots of great hooks. Vocals are fantastic. Guitar playing. The musicianship is just excellent. I mean, they just did a phenomenal job with this album. It's incredible. It is amazing, this album. And I've listened to this album like so much this year. I mean, and the Catatonia are just, they probably are my favorite band. I mean, it's I hate to say that because I always hate to say that I have a favorite band or whatnot. But yeah, I just love Catatonia so much, and a band that I just listen to regularly. And this album, yeah, it's I mean, it's amazing. I just love it so much. Great stuff. Yeah. Have you listened to it at all?
I think I have listened to that a little bit. I think I did when I reviewed it when it came out around January. And I was like, wow, this is This was really good. I am surprised. I totally forgot to put that on my honorable mentions because I do remember that was one of those. I don't even think I mentioned it on mine, but there was just so many that I eventually just got lost in the shuffle, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Within the metal world, I mean, there's always so many albums coming out all the time. Like every day, there's new albums coming out, new metal albums coming out, and it's just overwhelming to keep up on everything. But yeah, I mean, Catatonia, not for everybody, but I just really, really love their particular style of music. They had that sort of gothic metal sound, very proggy as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
very much enjoy their particular style, and just such a great band that has been still consistent throughout the years. They've been around for quite a long time, since like the early
Yeah.
1990s, and yeah, still going strong, that band, and still putting out just phenomenal albums.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, number one, that's Catatonia with the Skyboard of Stars.
Yeah, but I think hopefully, we got. But is there? I guess the question is, what albums are you looking forward to in 2024?
And
Tina
I was
Source.
I was just thinking about that before, and you know what, a band that I just love so much, and that's Inquisition. And I heard that they were recording a new album, and yeah, I would love for Inquisition to come out with a new album because I just love Inquisition so much, and I'm hoping they will release a new album in 24. But
Yeah,
we'll see. It'd be nice if Paradise Lost would put out another.
I did see.
I know they just put out that remake of Icon, but it'd be nice if they would put out another like new album with.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are on this list that I see. Start working on material for next record, and they just mentioned that last month, November 18th.
Another
So they
band
are
that,
in the studio. I didn't see Inquisition on here,
yeah, but I'd
but
heard from
Paradise
several
Lost,
months ago that I heard several months ago that Inquisition was recording a new album. I could be wrong, but yeah, Dimmu Borgir. That it'd be nice if they would put out a new full length album. I know they just are putting out that sort of covers album, but it'd be nice if they would put out a new album with all original material.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of other bands that need to release a new album, but we'll wait and see. And I'm sure there'll be so
Yep.
many great albums coming out in the new year.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah, I'm looking forward to all the great albums that will be released, and yeah.
Yeah, I should hopefully get. Let's see, metal. Might see Metal Ben in here. So if you want to stick
Maybe
around, we got a good amount of chance.
Yeah.
We got Eric says, "Nice. I really liked the new Immortal." He said, "I think this was about that Wolves in the Throne Room album." Yeah, very cool cover on that one. I've never listened to them, but I need to soon. And then following up with the Enslaved one, he says, "Good point. No bad Enslaved album at all. In fact, nothing less than great."
Yeah, just a phenomenal band that just always delivers the goods. I mean, they've been around for so long too. I think since like 1991. So I mean, it's for a band that to continue putting out such quality music after all these years, it's just impressive.
Yeah. He should be here shortly, but
yeah, maybe I'll sign off now.
I mean, like I said, if you want to stick around for as long as you want, you're more than welcome to. But we do have Metal Ben.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you are, then I thank you for joining.
Great. And thank you, and thanks Ryan for having me on. I very much appreciate it. It was a great time. I really enjoyed presenting my top 10 albums of 2023, and it's great being a part of your group, and I always appreciate your guys' content, and thanks again for having me on, and enjoy the rest of 2023 and have a good holiday season and a good new year.
Yep.
And take care.
All right. Later, dude.
Yeah, take care.
Lee. Oh, trying to figure out how. There we go. Here we go. All right. We'll get. No, good. Yeah. Hopefully, Metal Ben should be in here shortly. He might be one of those that might be sticking around a little bit longer, hopefully. But yeah, I like the list, King. He should be in there in the chat here shortly. Hopefully Metal Ben will be here shortly. But in the meantime, got a little bit of chat. All this is like chatting, seeing what is going on at the moment. Got a lot of other things that are I think are happening at the moment. So yeah, he should be here soon. They're calling for you, Metal Ben. You are here. Heed our call, Metal Ben. They are calling for you. Hopefully he should be here soon. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. They got fingers crossed. He shows up. Hell, double. He should be hopefully here soon. Yes, we are a certain amount of people. Yep. Fortunately, we got no Jeff so far at the moment. Why it might be in here? The Birdman. The Birdman might be in here. He said he'll be on here later. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Yes, coming. Yes, fingers crossed. Yes, double fingers crossed. I got it, but on two hands. I'm gonna do it with both on one hand, double. But hopefully, he should be here. Oh, hey, there's. Oh, yeah, we got. I can give the link also. I could give the link to John, aka John Eister fan. If we can get him in here. Hopefully we will. Like I said, we've been live for 2 hours now, over 2 hours, and maybe many more to go. Oh, you got. Oh, who is this guy? Hold on 1 second. Okay, that was kind of a weird circumstance as I was about to. I don't even know if he's there. Hopefully, I'll send it again to Ben. Here's the link again. Here's the link again. Hopefully, he'll be here shortly. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. We get the Metal Ben in here. Hopefully. Or maybe he's getting things set up. Maybe he's getting things set up. That's a possibility. I mean, I don't know how he's going to be able to get things set up on his end. He got some. Might as well. Gotta take my. Oh yeah, I definitely will show yours again to him. I think if I can. Well, I. But right now, currently getting my pills ready and stuff like that. Ugh. Go. Hopefully, Ben should be here. Who else do we have in the chat right now? I wouldn't be surprised if Kingdom Swords still has gone back into the chat. Hopefully, Ben will be here shortly. There he is! Ladies and gentlemen, the Metal Ben!
What's up, motherfuckers?
He's here! Somehow. I don't know how. You're somehow here.
I'm here. I'm live and in living color, baby.
Yeah! But yeah.
Anyways, top albums of 2024, huh?
23.
2023, listen to me.
Yeah, 23. We're not 24 yet, Ben. We're in 2023.
All-timers, man, all-timers.
Yep, we're getting up there in age, but I've at least got some, I still got some brain cells.
Now, I'm just kind of worried I wasn't going to be able to make it today because I had family over. Thank God they're in bed right now.
Oh, thank God.
They were so loud this morning. I'm like, holy crap, it sounds like a nuclear war in here this morning.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man. Oh, that sucks that Ben ain't going to make it. But yeah, we have this guy's been here since the beginning, Mr. MCJ Kyle.
What's up, Kyle? Yep, I know Kyle.
And then we had Eric was in here earlier. He had Eric was in here earlier. We also had, I think, King of Swords just got done with his list.
Yeah, I just saw he was on.
Yeah, he just finished his list.
All right, man. I mean,
yes, obviously, if you got with it is basically if you got honorable mentions, you can go with them and then get to the list.
All right. I mean, holy cow, there's still a bunch of stuff I have not listened to this year. So I'm basically going off of, with what I own, obviously, instead of picking stuff I don't own.
Fair enough.
All right, so honorable mentions. Okay. Obviously, the new Overkill.
Nice,
I mean, it's basically typical Overkill, I mean, you pretty much know what you're going to get when you get an Overkill album. Good album, though. I really enjoyed it. New Yu-Gi-Oh! Touchdown.
Yeah, that's right.
Traditional heavy metal, obviously. And, I mean, these could have definitely been in my top 10, but since they are re-recordings, obviously the Cavalier re-recordings of Bestial Devastation
and
Morbid Visions.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But man, these are freaking good. And I'm not like the biggest fan of re-recordings either.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me there. So then we got a young death metal band here called Begraveland. Really good technical melodic death metal. Yeah, these guys, they're like in their late teens and early 20s.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
young.
Practically kids playing death metal, which is cool. Another one, I know the drummer of this band. I talk to him on Facebook sometimes. Wayne Noon from Rat Salad Reviews. His band Severed Angel. This is a really good album.
Nice.
Really good, melodic. How would I describe this? Melodic power metal, I guess. It's got like power metal with with like symphonic elements. There's even like a little bit of thrash metal in there too. It's really unique sounding. I'll put it that way.
Nice.
And obviously, Chaos Horrific by Cannibal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We just did a review of that album not too long ago.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
which I did say at the beginning of the video of this live stream. Link in the description for that review.
Yes, definitely check that out, people. And by the way, there will be more Damage Chronicles episodes coming up.
Yes, yes. I think the next one I can basically mention, and we'll get to it near the end. And it's a 2024 release. I will mention that when we get to talking about some 2024 stuff. But yes, Continue.
Cool. And oh man, this could have made my top 10. I was just jamming this yesterday.
Oh yeah, where's
Oh
yeah?
god, it's fucking good. Holy crap, this is good. Like
Yeah.
Obituary usually don't disappoint, but this album is like exceptionally good. I mean, it could have
Yeah.
easily made my top 10. I mean,
Yeah, it's
so
it. I
good.
love. I'm so happy you got it. Like I'm like, yeah, we got it together.
Straight up my actor.
Yeah, that's also on my honorable mentions.
Nice. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess I'll throw Metallica's 72 Seasons in there too. I'm just trying to
Yeah, I
figure out
got.
what I did with the CD.
Yeah, here's mine. You don't need to worry. I have mine right here.
I mean, I'll throw it in. It's not my favorite album, obviously, but like I said, the last 2 tracks on that album I absolutely
Inam-
freaking love. In Amaret, I can never pronounce it.
Inamorata.
Yeah,
And I think what
that
was the other
song
one? I
rules.
can look on this. I can look in the booklet. Room of Mirrors.
Yeah, freaking love it. I like the deep purple guitar solo styling in that track.
Yeah.
But anyways, moving
All
on
right.
to 10, I guess.
Number 10. Yeah. Let's get to the list. Let's see it.
Coming in at number 10, I put the new Dawkins.
Nice. Yeah.
This freaking album is good. Yeah, Don Dawkins' voice isn't what it used to be, but man, the music on here sounds like old school Dawkins. The guitar player sounds a lot like George Lynch. I mean, this is just good, solid, old school hard rock, heavy metal, man. Really good album. All right, so number 9. I mean, this band really don't do wrong either to me. Talking about the newest album by Raven, All Hell's
Nice.
Breaking
Yeah.
Loose. Really good stuff. I mean, you got the drummer from Fear Factory on here, and I swear, he takes this band to another level with his drum styling, you know. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
really good. Speed metal. Yeah, I would definitely call it speed metal. Just good stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Raven, classic band, obviously. And another classic band in my list. I'm talking about the 20. I think this is the 25th. I think it's 25. Yeah, Uriah. Yeah, Uriah.
Oh
Heep's
yeah.
Colors.
Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing to me how good this band gets with age. This is a really good album. I mean, their last album was really good, but this one's like really good too. I mean, figuring too, Mick Box is 76 years old and still putting out great music like this. Heck yeah, man. So Chaos and Colors by Uriah Heep. Really good stuff. Definitely has that classic Heep sound too. Now, this one is a young band that I found earlier in the year. This is only their first album, but it's definitely in that classic Queensryche type of style. I'm talking about Wings of Steel with their debut
Nice.
album. What the hell is this one called? Either or, really good album.
I'm trying to look and see what that is. I can't really tell either. It's like it's so blurry.
Oh, Gates of Twilight. Gates of Twilight. It's called.
Oh, okay.
Really good album. If you like Queensryche, I'm pretty sure you would like this. The vocalist sounds a lot like Jeff Tate. He's like a mixture of Jeff Tate, strangely, and Wilson of Heart, and maybe a little bit of David Coverdale. This guy's got an incredible voice. Really good stuff. I've talked with the band on Facebook a couple of times. Really nice guys. So yeah, check out Wings of Steel if you're into like Queensryche. I know it's weird that there's not like really heavy shit in my list yet. Anyways, up next, the newest KK's Priest.
KK Priest. Yeah, that.
The Sinner Rides Again. Yeah, I mean, maybe not as good as the first one, but this one's still really good, I think. I mean, if you like Judas Priest, I'd say Painkiller style Judas Priest, you'd probably like this. You know, all in all, I think it's still a pretty good release. I don't think, yeah, it might be a little bit of a step down compared to the debut. I do think the debute's a little better, but this is still really good. All right, so moving on. Okay. All right, so moving on. Fifth Angel, with their newest album. Really good album. I mean, if you like progressive metal, traditional heavy metal, I think you'd really enjoy this. It definitely has a concept behind it. Yeah, man. Fifth Angel, I mean, they don't have a lot of albums out, but I definitely recommend this. Actually, Jeff got me into this band. So thanks to Jeff for getting me into this.
Shout out to Jeff. Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Hope he couldn't be here, unfortunately. He was one of those guests I had here, but he's currently feeling sick. Hopefully he gets better here soon. But I think he is. He's getting there at this point. But yeah, shout out to Jeff if you're watching this, Jeff.
Shout out to Jeff. Yeah, so definitely check out Fifth Angel if you're into melodic heavy metal. Really good stuff. A lot of great guitar playing on here and vocals too. You know. And okay, so moving on. Like I said, mine's basically a lot of old school stuff here. So coming up next, Metal Church's Congregation of Annihilation.
Yeah.
Saw these guys live back in June. They freaking killed it live. Mark Lokes being the new vocalist. Really cool guy. I got to meet him. You know. Fuck yeah, this is just, I mean, it's just traditional heavy metal, power metal, whatever you want to call it. It's Metal Church, man. This is a really strong album, I think, from them. But yeah, man, that would be number 4, I believe. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3. Okay. I can't freaking read the title of it. Okay, anyways, we did review this one. the new Sorcerer.
Yeah, Sorcerer! Yeah!
Holy freaking cow, is this album good. It gets better every time I listen to it, too. Definitely, epic doom metal here. You know, definitely has that Tony Martin Black Sabbath era type of vibe to it.
Yeah,
especially the vocals. Oh my god, this album is so damn good. I mean,
since that review, I still haven't listened to the second half. So I don't know how the second half has held up, if it has, since our review for you.
It's good, man. The last track on here is really good. I'd be reading off song titles, but it's very hard.
Yeah, I think I think for me, just off the first half alone was enough for it to keep its top 10 spot somehow. But barely, but it's in mine, yeah.
So freaking good, man. Anyways, moving on. Okay, I just bought this like a week ago, but yes, it did make my number 2, ironically. I am talking about the new Sir Riffon Gould Dark Parade.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, this is freaking good. Another, I guess you would call this epic doom metal, traditional heavy metal. Really good stuff. I mean, notably, the thing I like about this album, the guitar riffs definitely sound heavier on here. And all in all, I just think the songwriting is really good on this. Apparently, this is going to be their last album. I haven't seen actual proof of that.
We heard about all that stuff that they weren't touring anymore. We're like, maybe they won't. Maybe what if they'll still continue to make albums? Who knows? We don't.
Right. I mean, hopefully they keep going on. I mean, but I guess we'll have to see, right?
Yeah.
Number 1.
I don't think I need to. Another new one? I'm curious.
All right, so number 1. This band really hooked me, and this is only their debut album. I'm talking about Telgunner. You want to talk about some really good traditional heavy metal. Holy crap, it's good. they sound like a young Iron Maiden. Like when I'd say Maiden, like when they had Deano in the band, maybe.
Ah,
This is really
cool.
good. I mean, there's freaking dual guitars all over the place on here. Just the way they arranged their songs reminds me of early Maiden. How can I put it? They kind of remind me of Maiden, but they had their own sound. So yeah, they're taking what Maiden did and making it their own,
Nice.
which is incredible. I definitely recommend check it out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the album's called Guns for Hire. Guns for Hire, by the way.
Cool. Nice.
And
Yeah. I do think you are running into a little bit of
So-
problems here. A little bit of problems here, Ben. Yeah. Just a little bit, like some camera quality and stuff like that, but it's like I don't know if I can even be able to fix this. But hopefully it's working now, and hopefully we'll get a new. Who we got a comment? Yep. Oh yeah, I got to get to show you some lists. But obviously we got a thing while I'm scrolling up to this list or stuff like that. I definitely think we have. I do think there's some albums that I think one particular album that I would like for us to announce that's probably I guess a 2024 Damage Chronicles episode. I think one album in particular I think we should do together for Damage Chronicles. I think we should do.
let's see, could it be Bruce Dickinson?
Well, that's in March. I'm in January.
Oh, January. Okay.
I think it should
So
be
what
obvious.
albums are coming out in January? I kind of forget.
Well, what do I got to look at the list here if I can find it here. We got I think a specific new wave of British heavy metal band is releasing an album in January. I think that band, they're called something off of named, you still there, Ben? No, he froze a little bit. But hopefully he'll be back here shortly. He's got, I think, technical difficulties. Oh, you there, Ben?
Uh-oh. I think I'm here, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Hello,
Okay, yeah.
what's up?
Okay, we're good. But like I mentioned, it's a specific, like I said, a very specific new wave of British heavy metal band. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Trying to think here. Okay.
I think we should talk about the new Saxon.
Oh, yeah, the new Saxon, yes. Absolutely, yes.
I think that 2024, the first Damage Chronicles episode of 2024. Saxon, Hell, Fire, and Damnation.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely, yes. That new song's freaking killer, man. I love it.
Yes. And now I'm gonna get to some lists to show you. One, MCJ Kyle here had a list earlier. Here is his first, the bottom half. His number 10, Tigers of Pantang Bloodlines. Number 9, Overkill Scorched. Number 8, Metal Church Congregation of Annihilation. Number 7, Raven, All Hell's Breaking Loose. And then number 6 is Alice Cooper Road. I gotta scroll down a little bit here to find the other half of his list. If I can even freaking find it. It'll be a while before he gets his number 5. Here is his top 5. Number 5, Winger. Number 4 is LA Guns Black Diamonds. Number 3 is Dokken. Number 2, Extreme with 6. And number 1, Uriah Heep, Chaos in Colors.
Ooh, okay.
And then we had if we get to the list, then we got Boss Antelope put his list in here. Enslaved Heimdall, Autopsy, Ashes, Organs, Blood, and Crypts. Metal Church. It seems like everybody's got the new Metal Church on here. He has Suffocation on his. His number 6, Raven. I think some of us y'all are sharing Raven. Metal Church. Raven, all hell's breaking loose. Vomitory, all heads are gonna head. Enforced, War Remains. Cannibal Corpse, Chaos, Horrific. Cattle, Decap, Terracite, and his number 1, Hell Ripper.
Man, I still need to get that CD.
Oh, wow. I was thinking to myself, that was one I would think would have topped your list, but I was surprised you went with Tail Gunner.
No, because if I had that, that would probably be my number 1, to be honest. But
Yeah, you don't have that album. Let me look and see.
I need to get it yet.
Yep, but then we also have Mean Metal Mike. He had also had Metal Church, Dawkins, Uriah Heep, Alice Cooper, and Cannibal Corpse. Which that kind of caught me off guard. He has Cannibal Corpse on his. I think that's about everybody who didn't make it onto here. I think you might have to go to the videos, but Eric didn't have what was his name? Psychic Vacuum didn't have a specific order. He just had a lot of albums on his. So he gave up his 10. Not much in common. Right. He mentioned it Enslaved Heimdall. But that's about all he mentioned on his that were pretty much. Kyle mentions the Mighty Saxon. Oh, he also says, I really love that list, Ben.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't easy to put together.
Yeah, this was an easy list to put together. But yes, outside of the Saxon album, what albums are you looking forward to the most in 2024?
I mean, obviously the new Judas Priest and the new Bruce Dickinson.
Yep.
I heard Exodus is working on a new album, so I'm looking forward to that. Testament's working on another album.
They're on here. Yep.
I think Death Angel is working on one too. I'm definitely looking forward to those.
Okay,
I mean,
yep.
I'm trying to think. I think Deicide's making another album too. I am actually kind of looking forward to that because it's been a while.
Dream Theater with Mike Portnoy. Don't forget that.
That's right.
I think Devin Townsend's doing something. I think he has this project called The Moth that might come out next year. I don't know, maybe, but who knows?
Right. So yeah, man, 2024 is gonna be stocked, man. When it comes to new music,
Yeah. Yep. Sabotage as well. They're gonna put out their final album. Their final album. Like I said,
I am looking forward to it too.
Ironically called Curtain Call.
Yeah, first album in 20. I guess it would be 23 years. I mean, as far as Sabotage goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Oh man, there's a bunch of other stuff I'm looking forward to. I mean, yeah, man, 2024 is gonna be stacked with freaking albums.
Yeah,
just like 2023 was.
Yeah, definitely. I guess I can mention off mine real quick because sometimes people weren't here in the beginning, so I guess I can mention to you mine. 2 that I left out of mine are the Bell Witch and Rotten Sound albums. Number 10 is the new Phlebotomized album. Number 9, Sorcerer. Number 8, Ablaze My Sorrow. 7, Baroness. 6, Tesseract. 5, Stained. 4, In Flames. 3, Attack. 2, Metallica. And 1, the Dream Piece project from Devin Townsend. Minus 1 album from that, because that already did come out 2 years ago for him. That one album of the year for him in 2021.
Right.
That's my list.
But yeah, man, yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff from 2020, 2023. I definitely still need to hear, like,
yeah.
Oh my God, too much. It gets harder, man, every year.
Definitely, yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, pretty much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next year we're going to do a top 100, and the stream's going to be like 24 hours long.
No, no. But I think I like this idea of getting. I think I like this idea because I've been wanting to do something like this for a while now. And I'm so glad I'm finally getting this going, at least in this year, and definitely want to continue doing this. Holy crap! PTB is in here. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream.
Nice to have you here. But I'm glad you're listening. You're liking that stuff. Yeah, they're freaking great. But that album came out last year. It's nice to have you in here, PTB. It's been a while since I've seen you in my chat, man.
Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, how have you been, PTB? Yeah, I got all of their stuff. I can't pull it out because, well, actually, screw it. I'll go grab them.
BGP Empire, what's going on, brother? Good to see you here, man. Hold on, I'm pulling up the chat on my phone right now so I can see who's commenting. Okay. So we got Kyle here, PGP Empire.
PTB, yeah. But yeah, here's all. I got all 3 of their albums on CD. Here is the new one. Here is their previous full length. Was it Illuminate the Path? And then there's their debut. You cannot get this. They had a couple left, and I was like, I need to have a physical copy of this. And the freaking, I think, was it Westernland sent me this along with this album right here. But yeah, I'm super stoked to just have these, all 3 of them. Kyle mentions here, I think he mentioned this to Eric earlier. What year did you like more? I think 2022 or 2023?
Ooh. You know what? That's a tough one. Man, because there was a lot of good stuff that came out in 2022 also.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I'm going to pick 2023. There's just been killer albums coming out.
Yeah, it's really close for me too. But I think by a hair, I think 2022 for me was a better year.
I mean, in 2022, what you had the new Megadeth.
This album right here, I think we had no new Anthrax. Metallica came out this year. Soilwork, Fallujah, this particular Devin Townsend album.
Ooh, nice.
What else was there? 2022. Tough. But yeah, like I said, this was one of those.
Kind of having a brain freeze on that too.
Yeah, it's like there's some good. I think 2022, I guess for me, beats 2023 by a hair.
Yeah. I mean, we had back-to-back Autopsy releases in 2022 and 2023. I still need to get that new Autopsy.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I did get the last one. I thought it was really good.
I'm trying to think of who else 2022.
Oh my god, man! So much stuff, dude. I mean,
yeah.
Still a bunch of stuff I'm missing, like the new Cryptopsy.
Yeah,
what else
look on here?
Incantation.
Fit for an Autopsy. Tony Martin. We're forgetting Tony freaking Martin.
Ooh, that fucking album was good for it. Yes, really good album.
Yeah, that's on here. Oh, well, what else is on here? Steve Vai. Yeah, that's right. That Inviolate album, and they had that Teeth of the Hydra, and they had that Hydra guitar on that one. Okay, what about February? We had Korn, Requiem. The more recent Persephone full length, the last one with their other vocals before he left to focus on family. Oh, the Rolo Tomasi. Oh yeah, Saxon from last year. Carpe Diem. We got Amorphous, Author and Punisher. What else is on here? Oh yeah, Slash had a solo album 4. Voivod. Who else? Oh, Star One. Oh yeah, I forgot Star One came out last year. Yeah. Yeah, Blood Incantation, Time Wave Zero, so that weird ambient thing they did. Guns N' Roses Heart School EP. Corpse Grinder had a solo album. I forgot about that one from last year.
Right, yep.
Scorpions. They released a new album last year.
Rockbridge were a good album.
Yep. Crowbar.
Ooh, yeah,
Sabaton. Yep. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. One of many they released last year. Oh yeah, Ghost and Para came out last year.
Yeah, that's a big one.
What else is on here? Oh no, that's a live album. Oh yeah, Deathspell Omega, The Long Defeat. A Boss, the Dread Reaver. Animals as Leaders. Parhesia. Who else on here? Killing Joke. Killing Joke released a new album last year. Who else on here? Axel Rudy Pell, Lost 23.
Yeah. Yep.
What else is there? Graham Belial's Key. What else is there? Archgoat, an EP.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, yet another King Gizzard album. One of, again, 5 albums they released last year. Oh yeah, Udo, My Way covers album.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, the Kirk Hammett solo EP. He put that out last year for like Record Store Day. Portals.
It's a good EP. I need to get that. That's actually
Yeah, this might be tough to get that. Rammstein Zeit. That came out last year. What do we got? Oh yeah, Fozzy Boombox. Oh yeah, that Ibaraki Black and Trivium, pretty much. What else is there? What else is there from 2022? Jeff Scott Soto solo album. 3 Days Grace album. Who else is there? Jungle Rot, Misery Index. Oh, Anvil had a new album out that year. Oh yeah, James LaBrie solo album. That came out last year. Oh yeah, Def Leppard.
Yeah.
That was no, that was not even. Oh, Michael Schenker Group put out a new album last year.
I can't remember if I. No, I never did get that one. I got the one that came out in 2021.
Yeah, he did put out. Yeah, MSG did put out a new album. Universal is what it's called.
Yeah.
What else is there? Who else on here? Guar, the new Dark Ages.
Didn't care for that album.
Who else on here? Creator, Hate Über Alles.
Ooh, that's a good album. A lot of people don't. Yeah, that album gets mixed. There's some mixed opinions on that album. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Oh, who else is there? Oh yeah, Civil War. This is the one that the Sabaton that sings about American history and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, Man of War: The Revenge of Odysseus highlights EP. Oh yeah, Ailstorm, 7th run of a 7th rum.
7th run of a 7th run, or however the hell it goes.
Oh yeah, Coey put an album out last year. Vaxxus Act 2, that's right, that came out last year. Oh yeah, Porcupine Tree came out with an album last year.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. See, I still never heard that album.
I got that album. I actually own that album on CD.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know if it's around, if it's in this pile. No, it's over on the other end. I haven't fully listened to it all the way through yet. Maybe I did.
Okay.
I can't remember. But I liked it. I liked it enough to get it, actually.
Cool.
Oh, Jack Star's Burning Star put an album out last year.
Dude, I gotta start getting his albums.
Yeah, I got Imperial Triumphant. We got that album out last year. Who else is there? No one else. Let's go to August. Oh yeah, Amon Amar, The Great Heathen Army came out last year. Too bad I probably didn't care for it.
Of melodic death metal.
Yep, pretty much. Oh yeah, the debut Halo Effect album. That's right, that came out last year.
Oh yeah, that's the one that has the old member. Well, I mean, it's pretty much in flames.
It's in flames pretty much.
Yep.
Ugh, 5-Finger Death Punch.
God,
I even almost vomited just saying it. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get on to quickly on to good ones. Oh, the new Soil Work that came out last year.
Yeah,
Grave Digger came out
that's
last
right.
year.
Yes, what a killer album that was.
What else is there? We're on to September. What do we got? Oh yeah, Megadeth, the Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. I
Yep.
take back giving that a 10 out of 10. It's probably a 9.75.
Still think it's a really good album. Some people just seem
Yeah, definitely. Yep, like I said, Fallujah, Empyrean. Oh yeah, Ozzy, Patient Number 9.
That's right. Yep. We actually did
Uh,
review that last year.
oh yeah, that's right. He had a. Oh yeah, who did? It wasn't with me. Was it with Mike?
I was thinking it's all three of us. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
have
if
to
I. I don't know if I reviewed it though. I don't know if I did.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that video because I
Yeah.
can't remember now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, their Autopsy, Morbidity Triumphant.
Oh yeah, killer album.
Oh yeah, Slipknot. The end so far. Like they're not even Slipknot for a long time. Oh, what's this? David Ellefson and Jeff Scott Soto did an album together called Vacation in the Underworld.
You know what? I've been wanting to check that out. I did hear a song from it. It's freaking good.
Let's see. King Gizzard again, and then yep, this also was a month where there was 3 King Gizzard albums. Where's the other King Gizzard album? Oh, there's the other one. Put 3 in October, 5 total. Jesus. All right, let's get back into some of this. Oh yeah, Queensrÿche, Digital Noise Alliance.
Oh, that's one I don't think I've listened to.
Yeah. Alter Bridge, Pawns and Kings. That Lorna Shore album, Pain Remains. I do have that one. Search Tankian. Perplexities EP. Interesting. Oh yeah, Dark Throne. Astral Fortress came out last year.
That's a killer album.
I have that too. Jeez, some of these I got actually. That was. Yeah, I'm sorry to think. 2022 is looking to be a good. It looks like it's a good year.
Fuck, I might get the rest of the Dark Throne albums just to have them all.
The aforementioned Devin Townsend light work. Voivod Ultraman EP. Who else on here? Disturbed, Divisive, Candlemass, Sweet Evil Sun.
Oh yeah, that's right. That came out last year too. Thought it was a good album, not their best, but I thought it was pretty good.
Destroyer 666, Never Surrender.
Dude, that fucking album rolls. I hear a lot of people hate on that album too.
I gotta listen to it. I love some Destroyer 666.
Oh, dude, it's freaking good.
And that's about. Rotting Christ put out 2 EPs. The Apocryphal Spells Volumes 1 and 2.
Nice.
That's interesting. They got a couple of covers on one of them. They got two creator covers. Tormentor and Flag of Hate / Pleasure to Kill. The other cover on the other one, Black Sabbath.
Nice. Cool.
That surprised me right there that they covered Black Sabbath. Nice. I definitely think that should be enough to say. Welcome back. But yes, that's all the people we've had so far. I'm trying to see who else we got on this list. Why it might be showing up. I only got about a few people. I'm pretty sure this guy might not be on here for much being here, so it's probably down to 5 or maybe just 1. Maybe Wyatt. Wyatt said he'd be showing up here. So maybe it's time we say, I will see if he. Let's see it. The Wyatt, the Birdman.
Bird is the word.
Do you know that apparently Peter Griffin has a skin in Fortnite, and one of the emotes he can do, one of the dances he can do, is the bird song. The birds.
Dude, I'm literally gonna put that in my fucking StreamYard for Wyatt when he comes on the streams.
Oh yeah.
Bird.
All right, let's see. I don't know. Maybe he'll join. Because I'm not sure. I don't know if I can get. I don't think John hasn't even been in the chat.
No, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, I'm surprised John hasn't been in here on here yet. It's been PTP, it's been Kyle, it's been me, Metal Mike. Yeah.
Eric's psychotic vacuum.
Yes, Eric was in here. He gave his list.
Me, Metal Mike. Here earlier looks like Bullet. Yep, Bullet.
Bullet was in here. We had King of Swords. He gave his list. You can
The
go and
boss
probably.
man. Yeah.
What?
Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, Boss was in here too. Yeah, Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boss Antelop's in here. Ugh.
Yes.
It's almost been 3 hours already. But I knew this was going to go long. I wanted this to be freaking long. Longest stream I've ever done. And a great idea that I've had and I've wanted to do for years. And I would say this is a success.
I would say so, definitely. Yeah, I'm just happy I can make it. I'm happy I can make it, man.
Yeah, I'm happy you were able to make it too. I have who else? Yeah, me, Eric, me, Metal Mike gave his list. Came the other Mike, Kyle here, Boss Antelope, and then you. I don't think any of these other guys, unless some of them do a comments and stuff like that, you know. Maybe I can see if I can. Like this is new territory for me. I've never done a stream this long before. This is already longer than any other stream I've ever done. But wait, I need to look back on any of my streams that I've ever done and see how long those are. I need to look back on these. Okay, that wasn't long. Oh yeah, I forgot Metallica. I did do Metallica one. That was pretty damn long. That's over 3 hours. I definitely think this is going to eclipse that.
Absolutely, man. Starting to turn into my streams.
Yeah, it's definitely
like 4 hours long.
I don't know if that's gonna be. Maybe I did say it might be somewhere in the range of 3 hours to maybe 6 hours, maybe. So that's enough area time for where it's gonna be able to beat the Metallica one.
An after party stream. Well, maybe on my channel. Maybe I will. If that's what you want, I don't care.
I can definitely do that after this. You know, I don't know if I might pop in. I mean, yeah, but I definitely think we got a few. I think I got a few more people on here. I got obviously Wyatt. I don't know if these other ones. I don't know if Clint Cthulhu will join because he said he has his phone's gonna have. Hey! Speak John Stanley into existence, and he appears. Hey, John, Hey, John, you want to join? Give your list if you got a list, man. I do have you as a guest.
Heck yeah, come on, people.
Yeah, you're one of those that I have on this guest list. I can get you that link here. Alrighty, let's see if I can. Where be him? There he is. Right, fair go. Send you the link, John. You're one of probably 2 people we're waiting on.
So I was looking at my Teesprings the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed somebody bought a couple shirts. and one bought a Metal Bastard shirt. I'm not sure who bought the Metal Bastard shirt though.
Nice.
I'm like, fuck yeah, that's cool.
It wouldn't be me because it wouldn't be me because I currently don't have any money right now, but like I will at some point. But it's like,
So yeah, that's cool.
well, Wyatt, are you gonna be able to join in that? Or not John,
Wyatt.
or Wyatt, or John, whichever, it's all freaking cool and all in here. We're having fun here.
Absolutely.
I will say I want this to, as much as I don't want this to go beyond the Metallica one, I kind of am glad at the same time because I remember that was the last one we had with He Who Must Not Be Named.
Yep. Speaking of Metallica, I'm actually thinking about doing another album ranking for them since 72 seasons is out.
Oh, you've had a little bit more time to maybe digest it a little bit. But I do still think it's still definitely close to being top 5 for me. Because I still love it after all this time.
Thinking here. Might be my number, I don't know. It's between 6 and 7, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely would think it's up there. It's definitely still got some of those 80s sounds. It's got some of the 90s stuff, influences, obviously, and stuff like that,
Fucking love that last song on her. Misery, she loves me, or however.
I still love that. That's one of those I definitely listen to quite a bit. I do listen to this. I think a good number of people had that on their list.
I think that one's my number 3, John. Or was that my number 2? I forget now. I think it's my number 3, actually.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, I think or you said number 2. It was number 2. And he says
you know
legendary.
What, you're right. It was number 2. That's right. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, wait, I was so expecting your number 1. Like I said, I was expecting your number 1 to be freaking Hell Ripper. I'm so shocked it wasn't.
Wait, Kyle has a YouTube channel?
Apparently so. I'm gonna look and see if there is.
I mean, I'll sub to it if he's got a channel.
Let me see. I mean, he's got a profile picture on there. I'm gonna look on here or see what the search filter. No, wait, no. MCJ Kyle is there. I mean, he's able. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's look on here. The C. Nothing.
Channel?
Still so far nothing. No more results. I think he's just unless there's a way you can, I can go onto my channel. If I can even go onto my channel, let's see. My channel. Okay, I'm able to be here. Go to channel. Oh, I got 7 subscribers. Or no, sorry, make that 8, Mr. Kyle. Make that 8. Turn that channel into your heavy metal channel.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, he says my number 1 is the new Piss on Christ CD. Did it actually came out this year?
Oh my god, yes. Holy shit, that could.
It did come out this year? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't realize it.
God
Well, what about the rest of your list, John? What's the rest of your list? So you haven't said your number 1? Yeah, as he says, Dan Castro been kicking my ass. So that's, I mean, yeah, there's your number 1. I mean, I don't have to freaking.
He's cool, man. I've been talking to Dan Castro on Facebook, actually. He's really cool. He actually started out playing in a power metal band called Twilight Odyssey.
Huh.
Then we ever put out a demo that sounds a lot like old Iron Maiden.
Don't be nervous. We were all nervous, but we get over it relatively quickly. Oh, he says number 2 is his number 2 is Sirith Ungol.
Ooh, nice. My number
That
2
new-
also gone.
Y'all shared. Oh wow, the Metallica's on his. Nice. That's 10.
I mean, to me, it's
Metallica's
still
my
like
number 2.
Still like a 7 out of 10 album, maybe.
I wouldn't
I
say
mean,
it's a 7 out of 10.
It's definitely
Legendary.
it's a grower. I'll put it that way. It's a grower.
I instantly loved it. From the minute it just like listened to all that stuff. Yeah, it took a little bit for me. I think as soon as with the Lux Eterna, and I grew on that, and then immediately after just listening to it, I'm like, this is instantly freaking amazing. I wouldn't say it's perfect.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, here, okay, yeah. Wyatt says he can't, but I will mention off all of his. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will mention his list right now. His list includes Metallica, 72 seasons. Mammoth WVH2. Yeah, that's the Wolfgang Van Halen band. Nita Strauss, Call of the Void.
Ooh, my wife.
I'll grab this one because he mentions this on his list. Obituary, Dying of Everything.
Yeah, there we go.
Catatonia, Skyboard of Stars. Spoilers, that is King of Swords. Okay, so number 10 is Metallica. Number 9 is Mammoth WVH2. Number 8 is Nita Strauss. Number 7 is Obituary. Number 6 is Catatonia, Skyboard of Stars. That is King of Swords, number 1. Number 5, Lamb of God, Omens. Number 4, of Sulphur, The Burden of Faith. Number 3, Rotten Sound Apocalypse. That's something, I mean, that failed to make my list. I'm surprised it made his. Number 2 is Winger 7. And his number 1, just like Mean Metal Mike, Cannibal Corpse, Chaos Horrific.
Nice. Man, that's another one I need to get into that new Winger album. Shit, I can't believe I can't believe I didn't get that one.
I think a good chunk of my list is pretty much I pretty much own them. I'm trying to look at what I have on here, so I'm definitely thinking of wanting to get once they start making physical copies of it. That Metallica Dream Piece stuff. Obviously, I have the Metallica album. I definitely want to get the Attack album. I don't know. I have the Stained. I have the Stained Comeback album, obviously on vinyl, because they don't have them on CD. God dang it, to the places that had it. Number 6, I had Tesseract. I need to get the new Tesseract. I think I got Baroness, but I have to wait till Christmas. I definitely want to get the Ablaze My Sorrow. I did mention to you I got the Sorcerer album. I just have to wait till Christmas.
Nice.
Phlebotomize, that was a late entry. Phlebotomize and Tesseract were late entries into my list. The Phlebotomize one I have at number 10, and I think I do own Bell Witch and Rotten Sound, which are 11 and 12. He mentions Alcatraz is on his list. He mentions Lordy is on his. He has Baby Metal, and another band he hates is on his list. He has Baby Metal of all bands, but we don't harp on you, John. You like what you like. You like what you like. That's what it is. No shame in John Eister. No shame at all.
You can like what you want. We just
yeah. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I still love Creed and Breaking Benjamin, and you don't see Ben harp. You don't see Ben harping on me about that. Because I grew up on Creed. I grew up with Creed. If it wasn't for bands like Creed or Collective Soul, I wouldn't get into more heavier music and stuff like that when I was listening to those as a kid. So I got to give those bands some love because they got me to where I'm at right now. So.
Well, I got to drop my excuse me here. I got to drop my Metal Ben nutsacks for a minute. I did listen to the new Stain album.
Oh wow! What did you think of it?
I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Stain's one of them weird bands that they're one of those weird bands that I feel like I have to follow when they come out with something new.
Yeah. Here's my
Maybe
vinyl.
because, ooh, that's a cool looking vinyl. I like that.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be because I bought that. Yeah, I bought that Functional way back in '99 when it first came
It's
out.
functional.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They're
I've
just
been
one of them
waiting.
bands. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
And
been
it's
waiting a while for them to make a new album because their self-titled is so fantastic. It was
Oh my
if
god.
I did a list for my 2011 list, it would be my number 3, only behind at the time the Anthrax Worship Music and Dream Theater: A Dramatic Turn of Events.
I think for me, I'm just happier they went back to a heavier sound.
Yeah, that 2011 album was 2011's heavy. If I had to rank Stain albums, that 2011 album would be my number 1 for Stain. It is so freaking heavy. Like it is just like.
So yeah, obviously I'm not a fan of that style of metal, but for some reason I kind of like Stain.
Yeah. Oh, this one's gonna even make a lot of people. This is one we would all think would be the worst album of the year. I mean, it should be a unanimous of what's the worst album of the year for 2023, and it is this one. No offense, John. He also has Extreme on there. I mean, we got nothing bad about Extreme. I mean, they're. I mean, that's the good thing that's the only good band Gary Sharon has.
I mean,
I don't even want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Van Halen 3 though. Ugh. Oh God.
Extreme. That's another band I'm not really into. I respect them though as musicians. Those guys can really play.
Nuno.
Oh my god,
Like,
he's a really good guitar player. It's just something about the music that doesn't gel with me.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like they're an acquired taste. I like Extreme. I like More Than Words. That one big hit of theirs. That's the only thing I know of them, and it was a good one. And then he says,
More Than Words. Yeah.
Destructor is number 4.
Ooh, I gotta check that one out, John.
Yep, that's. But yeah, I do think. What else did I have on my honorable mentions? I think. Oh yeah, I think Kingdom Swords mentioned Ahab was on there when he was in here. I mentioned Periphery. I mentioned the 2 King Gizzard albums, Petrodragonic Apocalypse and Silvercord. Blue Das Nord. I mentioned Cannibal Corpse. The Mangini solo album, Invisible Signs. Ruskaja Turbo Polka Party, which is apparently their last because they're done. Ne Obliviscaris, Exul, Angus McSix, and the Sword of Power was kind of an interesting listen. When I was listening to that, I was like, okay, it's your stereotypical power metal and stuff like that. But then I was like, laser shooting dinosaur. I'm like, what? Wait, what? It was so weird. It reminded me of like, some of those 80s sounding 80s synth music, 80s, some of those poppy synthy 80s music. That's kind of what it was. I was just like, what? It was so weird and so out of place. I was just like, what? I was not expecting that. And then we see John. He mentions Lester, whoever Lester is 9. Kyle says, I had Evan's Edge on my honorable mention. And then John mentions the new Angel is 5.
I forgot about that too. Yes. Angel, a band from the 70s. I think it's their first album in many years.
Yeah. Kyle mentioned it. I forgot about the new Angel record. I need to find that.
I forgot about it too.
And then he mentions Fifth Angel is 6.
Oh my god, that's such a good album. Yes.
Yeah, you and Kyle are like, who is this Angel band? I'm like, who are they? Like,
Angel's good, man. I mean, they were signed to Casablanca Records back in the 70s.
When I was going off, when Kiss was riding high, and they were on that label too.
Yeah, right. But I think Gene Simmons had something to do with them getting a record deal back then.
I mean, of course it is. If you're on Casablanca, chances, and if you're in the Descendants, chances are Gene Simmons has something to do with them. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Savage
But what
Grace,
else?
fuck, dude. I forgot about that one too.
Yep. I got Scar Symmetry, the Singularity Phase 2 Zenithop is on here. Obituary, Dying of Everything. Oh! Death Clock! Death Album 4! I have in my honorable mentions.
I still have not heard that yet.
Yeah. Arya and Lucasen's Supersonic Revolution, Golden Age of Music. And then the final one that I have on here, and I just didn't want to pull it out, the new Rolling Stones album, Hackney Diamonds.
Right, yes. Hey, man, got to give the guys credit. They've been around for, 60 years or more?
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
I mean, they're still out there doing it.
Yep, 60 years, still going strong. Oh, Death Clock, your Death Clock is number 11. His Death Clock is number 11 for him.
I forgot about that Last in Line album, too. I forgot that actually came out. Fuck.
Yep.
Which would be Vivian Campbell of Def Leppard. I think Vinny Appice is on drums, too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of like the band, well, till Jimmy Bain passed away, that's the band, the Dio band, basically. I mean, yeah, man,
This is the Stones album, Kyle.
Oh, that's right, you did get it. Nice.
Yep. This was the one that was like, there were several others I wanted to get that were going to be more of like, oh, those are Christmas. This was the one I asked my mom to like, get this for me immediately. I need to hold it. And here it is in my hands right now. The other ones I probably mentioned that are on my list are probably their Christmas ones. So I know they're here. I know my mom's got them. So it's, I know they're here, but I'm glad to own this new Rolling Stones album, and I will continue to. I think. Yep, that's right. But you do have the vinyl stuff, so you do see some other stuff on there. So there is, I think, a couple of songs on here that have Charlie on the drums. I think it is Mess It Up and then Live by the Sword, which also happens to have that is the last ever song of the 80s, or I guess you could say, what's that carnation? It's the carnation that had Bill Wyman, Charlie, Ron, Keith, and Mick. Live by the Sword is that song, the last one. Mess It Up and Live by the Sword are the last ones with Charlie Watts. So.
Right. Sorry about that. I was trying to look for Kyle's YouTube channel, and from whatever reason.
I think you just have to go into like the comments and click on his name. That's easy. Easy to do that. I mean, I'm not surprised you'd have OTEP on there. Wigwam? Who is Wigwam? I've never heard of them.
Wigwam. No, I haven't heard that one either. Wigwam. Kind of curious what that is.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. But we are officially longer than the Metallica deep dive now. We got 4 people up in here. We're 3 hours and 13 minutes now. We've beaten it by 4 minutes already. Yeah, Pete says.
Oh, man.
Venomous Concept is his number 16. Well, he must have done 20. Like, oh my God, that surprises me, John.
I got to give John credit. He definitely knows his metal.
Yep. Even if some of it, it's like, yeah, we'll give him shit for it, but then we're like, I mean, for Christ's sakes. Oh no, we could easily. I mean, you're already popular right now. I mean, 8 subscribers already. That's a good thing.
Don't worry
40?
about that. I'm not. Shit.
40? Holy
40,
moly! He says he'll have
40
40.
albums?
Jesus, John! Holy crap!
I mean, I mean,
I mean, if you want me
I
to
can
rattle them
understand.
off for you, I can do that right now. Just send me the full list on Messenger, and I'll mention them all.
Holy cow, man! 40
That is
albums.
that's a lot of albums, John. I hope you know what you're doing. That's necrotic Nick levels of holy crap.
I mean, yeah. I mean, holy cow.
That's a lot. I wouldn't even do that many. I do 10. That's yeah. He says I don't think Scott Waters, necrotic Nick does. Necrotic Nick over the Rolls of Metal. Hey, Nick, if you're watching this, maybe one day Nick will be on here and mention his top 10, but it's a little bit too early at this point. Yeah, I don't even think he's worked on his list yet. And here we are. We already did our list.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to separate it though because that's kind of like more my. I guess you would say my heavy metal. How would I describe my top 10? Like my classic bands list, I guess. Like more of my like straight up heavy metal list, I guess.
Okay, so the list you gave
If I'm
wasn't
making
straight up heavy
sense on
metal. I
that.
mean, if you probably would have had Hell Ripper be up there.
Oh, yes. Because I think I am going to do a separate list on like the more extreme side of things that I like.
I would not be surprised if Hell
Not
Ripper's
ready
on
for it
that
yet.
one. But I guess
Yep.
this is in a case you got one of his top 10 lists or something like that. One of his best of lists for the end of the year.
Right. Absolutely.
For
I'll
my
share a
list,
this one too. The
oh yeah,
newest one.
Han, yeah, that Han one, that's gotta be up there. He
Pretty good
says,
album. I mean, it's only like 27 minutes long, but still.
oh short.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty good though. I mean,
Yeah, he mentioned the two Altar CDs are on the list. I forgot about those. And if you kind of put them together to make one cool looking art piece or something like that. I'm trying to remember if I can find their albums on here, but they're kind of a weird one. Altar is kind of one of those that's like I think on $20 spin, I believe they are. Yeah, but oh yeah, are these the ones on here? These gotta be the ones. Yes, they are. It's Anthronomicon and Helionomicon. And they both kind of share the artwork. If it's like one of those, it's like you combine them and they make this one big art piece. That's basically what it is. I think Helionomicon has only 2 songs on there. It's got a title track that's about 20 minutes and 31 seconds, and then Anthronomicon, the title track of the other album, is 19 minutes and 52 seconds on this one. And then the other one has shorter songs on it. Like we got Cephalophore, 4 minutes 41 seconds. Fractional Fortresses, 5 minutes 5 seconds. Cicadas, 4:55. Flesh Propulsion, 5:52. Astronumeral Octave Chants, 4 minutes 34 seconds. Coagulation of Forms, 5 minutes. Larynx Plateau, 3 minutes 53 seconds. And Cultus Quadrivium, 6 minutes and 50 seconds.
ooh, nice.
That's awesome. Yep, so Bellwitch wasn't able to make my 10, but I did talk about it in my list. He says Wigwam is a Norwegian glam metal band, if that's up your alleyway, guys. Norwegian
Ooh,
glam metal band.
wow, that's kind of odd, especially for Norway.
I'm thinking, if I'm thinking Norway, I'm thinking black metal. I did not expect glam metal to come out of that. What?
Right. Yeah, when you think of Norway, you usually think of black metal, obviously.
Yeah. But that surprises me, John, that you like Altar. Altar is... Okay, we got... Their tags are on Bandcamp. Metal, black metal, death metal, doom metal, heavy metal, Pittsburgh. They're from Pittsburgh, apparently.
Oh, from my neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's interesting. And here's the if I can get the album to load up. That's Anthronomicon, and then the other one, Helio, is like that. They're basically the same, and if you combine the two side by side, they make this one cool artwork pretty much. I'm trying to remember who made the artwork. Artwork by Ian Miller. But yeah, this one's two long songs. Yeah, this is one I'm wanting to get at some point. Either get it on CD, or I can still get it on CD. Note to self: buy those two Ulthar albums when I have enough money from Christmas.
Right.
Might be up my alley, maybe. Oh, it's also on cassette. Nice. It's got on many.
Nice.
It's got different vinyl. It's got one on vinyl that's about neon velvet, neon violet cyan, neon magenta merge with black violet white splatter, and then another one is just plain black, and then another one is grimace purple / white merge with magenta splatter. That's Helionomicon, and then we get the other one on there, and it should be there's a plain black as always. There's a CD, there's a tape, and then there's one that's two vinyls. One side is grimace purple / black merge with magenta splatter. The other is of the other style. It's the neon violet cyan, neon magenta merge with black violet white splatter. Interesting. Hell yeah! That's a good thing. But yeah, he says Belwitch and Sorcerer are on there. He says Gamma Bomb is there.
Ooh.
And he mentions Primordial and
Gamma
Hellripper
Bomb,
are on
yes. God
You
damn
do.
it.
I mean, yeah, you may have some shit. You may have some albums that are you don't like, but at least you can make up for it for having some good choices at the very least, John. So that's thumbs
Oh
up for
man,
you, John.
Primordial, yes.
Hellripper.
Another good, oh, excuse me there, another good black metal album. I actually did listen to this on YouTube, and I do plan on getting it. It's the new Shooter album.
Mm.
It's freaking
Yes,
good.
hot on there.
I mean, it sounds like it sounds like old school black metal, but
nice.
Gamma Bomb, yes.
Yes, he says Haunt is there as well. That's gonna be a lot of good number of bands. Like, I will mention, are any of my picks on the list, John? That would be interesting if they are, because I would at least be happy. I don't know about the Devin Townsend stuff, but I would think a good chunk of stuff. I think Metallica. Oh, yes, Metallica on there. I wouldn't be surprised if Influenza is on there. Stain, Baroness probably on there. He mentioned Sorcerer is going to be on there. You got Belwitch and Rod and Sounder on there. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a good chunk of mine on there. John? Oh.
Hello?
Thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, that's a good amount of people who joined here tonight, or at least in the other and chat. Baroness will. That's good.
Yeah, it's been a good stream, I think.
I like this. This was. I think I think we should pretty much obvious. I think he's going to probably say yes, Kyle. Overkill's probably on the list. I mean, it's
Overkill,
40.
absolutely.
I think it's 40. You ought to think there's 40 on his list. You're obviously gonna think Overkill's gonna be on there. It's like if you have 40, it's like Overkill's gonna be on there. If you got 40 albums, it's absolutely gonna be on there.
But speaking of Overkill, it's probably going to come in 2024. I'm going to do an album ranking for Overkill. It's a band I haven't done yet.
Yeah,
20 albums.
That's a lot of it. Yeah, it's a lot of albums, and all of it. I would be surprised if it literally should be there. It should be all the literally all their albums are like the same. They're the AC/DC of thrash metal for like if I had to think
I
of
mean,
every genre, I
Overkill's
had
an
an
interesting
AC/DC.
band.
Yeah, they've had too many
Like
albums. I
Overkill's
would never rank them.
Well, Overkill's an interesting band though, because to me, yeah, they had thrash, but they also had like a Black Sabbath doomy type of sound. If you really listen to their albums,
Yeah, John says he hasn't heard
especially in their
Overkill
mid-period,
yet.
they had a lot of groove.
Yeah,
You've never heard Overkill?
that surprises me, John.
Oh, yeah, that.
But I guess he's of the mindset. I guess
Wow.
he's of the mindset of me, where it's just like, why would I want to listen to them when I know what to expect? A lot of albums from next year are of that same category, where I know what I'm expecting from them. I think
Yeah,
Spencer in that category. I think what is it there? Mick
I mean,
Mars, Ace Frehley. Yes, I'll even mention Judas Priest
yeah, the
because
new Ace
I'm
Frehley,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, Judas Priest. I think with a Priest album, you know what you're going to get pretty much. It shouldn't
Oh, I
be.
can't wait.
It's,
That's what I'm really looking forward to. I love those new songs.
yeah,
Oh
but
my
I'm like,
god.
I haven't listened to them because I'm like, I know what to expect with a Priest album. It's not going to be, unless they're going to do something like they're going to be like taking a risk and like, oh wow, they're taking a risk or something like that. They're one of those bands that never do. They
Yeah.
take it. They play it safe pretty much, and they know what they're capable of. Yes, they could go outside their wheelhouse and do experimentation and stuff like that. And the few times that they have done that
Well,
is
they
like, oh,
they
Sad
have.
Wings, Painkiller, Nostradamus, obviously. It's like,
Painkiller, oh my god, yeah. Sad Wings,
yeah,
I love that
yeah,
album.
those are the times where they took a risk. They took a risk, and those three albums I mentioned, they took a
I
risk,
mean,
and it paid off big time in some
I
cases.
mean,
I don't know
Turbo
about
was
the Nostradamus album though, but you know,
that's definitely a risk when
yeah,
they
that was
did
definitely
that.
a risk. Painkiller is a risk.
Tur-
Sad Wings was a
Obviously, Turbo,
oh yeah, those were a risk,
Turbo,
and those
Turbo was definitely a risk when they went more
yeah,
like glammy.
definitely.
Well, actually, in that period, Judas Priest actually recorded 3 songs that have never been released, and they're actually poppier sounding than what Turbo is.
Interesting.
I mean, you could find I forget what song it
Hmm.
is. You can find like a minute. You can find like a minute long clip of one of the songs on YouTube, and it sounds very poppy for what Judas Priest is.
Yeah, I can confirm, Kyle. Sebastian Bach's name is on this list to possibly make something, to possibly record something, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
That guy's such a fucking dick. And the only reason I say that is because he's been a real dick to the newest vocal. He's been a real dick to the new vocalist of Skid Row, who I actually think sounds better than Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, but I'm not into the Skid Row stuff. I like the first album, and that's it.
See, I
Not
love
caring about
Skid.
anything else.
I love Skid Row. The new
That's the
album is
only
pretty
Skid
good.
Row I'll give a damn about. I don't care about anything of the other albums.
You want the new Priest album on cassette tape? Oh
Yeah.
man, speaking of that, I heard that cassette's like $26 fucking. That's a little too much for a cassette, to me at least.
Mm.
Fuck, I was gonna say something, I kind of forgot now. We're talking about oh crap, I kind of forget now. We were talking about something just like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was. Apparently, Kyle likes Skid Row. Okay, good for you, Kyle. Good for you.
Yeah, I thought the last album was really good. Especially if you like albums like, yeah, especially if you like Slave to the Grind or the first album, or yeah, the first album I thought it was good. I think the new vocalist sounds really good, but I can understand why some people might not want to give it a shot.
Yeah. Kyle says, well, I'm not getting the tape. I'll get the CD. Thanks for the heads up. Apparently they're not going to have on the tape. Interesting. Wait, what album?
It's a good
1.2.
album. The Skid Row album. Oh, I have it too. Yeah, I don't feel like digging it out right now.
Yeah.
Go on. Skid Row. So the last album was called.
What, for Skid Row? Oh, yeah, it's... They're not even on the list.
The Gang's
No, what's
All
it called?
Here. That's what the last album was called. The Gang's All Here. Really
Okay,
good.
yeah. Yeah. I remember it. I haven't pulled out the vinyl of this obituary in a while, so it's got some rip on there. Yep, it's just all orange. Oh, Ben froze. Hopefully. Oh, you're still there, Ben. Ugh. All right, Ben should hopefully be back here. Hopefully. If not, yes. Oh. Yes, the gang's all here. Yep, that is correct. Hopefully he'll be back. Yes, hopefully he should be. Well, I hope he'll be back here shortly. But if not, I think we've gotten. I guess I can do some thank some people. At least thank you to everybody. I guess we could do possibly after stream. This already. I knew I wanted this to be in the ballpark of 3 to 6 hours. It's already within that. Yes. Some of those, to those who obviously, aside myself, thank you to Eric, Me Metal Mike, King of Swords, Kyle in the chat, Boss Antelope, Metal Band, John, Nice Rip Band, and Wyatt for at least in some ways participating in this. I think this is a good success. I do think this was a good success. I definitely want to continue this. Maybe next time, Kyle, you might be in this. You might actually physically, video-wise, you might be in this. But I definitely think this might be a continuing theme each year, once a year. When we gets to that time of the year, definitely. But I definitely think that this was a good first time doing this. I'm glad was able to pull this off. To those who who have joined us in the chat, we'll go through them here quickly since this has been about 3 or so hours. So thank you to, obviously I said you, Kyle, Boss Antelope, like I said, Kyle, Bullet, Eric for joining, King of Swords also for joining. I'm not going to mention this person because that's a bot. But Mean Metal Mike for joining. We've had, who else has been in here? We had John in here. In here. PTB. PTB popped in for a little bit when Ben was here. Oh, there, Ben is back. Welcome back, Ben. That's all right.
Now my laptop died, and I forgot to
plug it. I forgot to plug it in. Okay, fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
Another technical. Laptop died. That is... Sometimes that does happen. But I think,
the laptop died.
Yep. But I wish I could have gotten other people. But I definitely think this will happen again next year, and maybe I might get some other people. Those I didn't mention, that weren't able to be here. Oh. It died again. Or hopefully not. But hopefully those I did not mention. Maybe a certain Dreadful Rick, maybe. Maybe. Marty, maybe. I've changed some of the list. Good to know, John. I think probably just going to let them know. I'm probably... think I'm going to be ending it here soon. Hopefully she'll be back. But I definitely think if he wants to, I'm going to do an after stream of this. But I think for me, I think this has been a first good attempt at doing this. I'm glad I did this. I think, yeah. I think on that, I'm probably going to be, if he gets in here again, I might just end it. End it here. Good first attempt at doing this. Hopefully, definitely, absolutely, 1,000,000% we'll be doing this next year. And he is back.
All right, I'm back. My
bad. All right, it's all right. Yes, but I'm pretty sure. No. Oh, you were saying, Ben?
Oh, now we should be good. I didn't have my stuff plugged in right. That's why I got
okay. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I think on this, I mean, if we want to go a little bit longer, but I know this will kind of be, don't want this to be too long. But I definitely think we could do an after stream after this, and that can go on for as long as it wants to. But I think for this first attempt at doing, as you can tell by the title, I think this was a success. Definitely a success.
Really cool, man. Really awesome. Definitely, I definitely agree. Really good idea, Ryan.
Yep, definitely will continue
on here.
Yep, definitely you, Eric, Kingdom Swords. I think everybody else has just mentioned their list, but it's been you, it's been Kingdom Swords, it's been me, and it's been Eric. I think this was a good first attempt at doing this, but definitely think it'll only get bigger next year. Who knows? I might get more other people. I don't know. Maybe Absolutely. Jeff. Maybe Jeff. Maybe Drunken Metalhead Musing. Maybe Dreadful Rick. Maybe Marty. Maybe anybody. Definitely will reach out to more people. Definitely will reach out to more people. I didn't have the time to do it, so I figured get a few number of people and see if they will show up. But I definitely think this was a success either way.
Yeah. Speaking of Marty Worm, he put out a really good album this year too with his band The Glorious Dead, which is basically old school death metal. I'm gonna order it on Thursday when I get paid. I thought it sounded really good.
Nice.
But yeah, we could do an after stream over on my channel if you want. Doesn't matter.
Yes. I think that's a good. I think that is definitely a good idea in
All
my
right, guys.
books. Yep, I think on that, I'm probably going to end this. To those who joined, Ben, Eric, King of Swords, and those who left just lists to like, me, Metal Mike, Kyle, Boss Antelope, John, Wyatt. I thank y'all for at least in some ways, at least bringing in a list or something like that. Or if you're just mentioning some of those on the list, yes, hopefully see you over there. It may be a while before I get over there, but yeah, definitely. I definitely think. But yeah, I guess I will end it here. The new longest live stream ever done, and an idea I've wanted to do for a while, and I'm glad that this was a success, nonetheless. So for me, here's to 2024.
Hell
So, yep. We will see y'all over on Metal Ben's channel. I don't know how to do the freaking thing or whatever. We'll see y'all on Metal Ben's channel. We'll see y'all later. And as always,
Hell yeah.
keep things metal. We will see you over at Metal Ben's
Metal.
channel. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out, man.
Oh, click the wrong button. There we go.